Good morning, gamers! Welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. Welcome. Whoa, Mikey, what's going on? What's going on? What's the room looking so nice for? I know, it's not finished yet, but isn't it looking pretty nice? Isn't it looking pretty nice? Doesn't that look professional? Doesn't that look like I'm an adult now? Welcome. Apologies I was late. I've obviously been trying to actually find my desk. I've not finished yet. I've clearly not finished yet, but it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot better. So welcome in. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. My name is Mikey. Thank you so much for tuning in to this wonderful Wednesday stream. A World Eaters Wednesday, you could say. A World Eaters Wednesday. We got some drama to cover. We got a little bit of drama to cover regarding the World Championships of Warhammer. Ammo by Mig. And then we got a World Eaters tier list to do. I think that's the plan. Right, chat, how do you look at your liked things on Facebook? I've got no idea. People posting shit on Facebook these days. What's going on? Activity log. That sounds promising. Are those walls? Where have they been all this time? I know. I know. So I just went, you know what? I'll look at the studio and I'll be like, fuck, that does look good, doesn't it? And then I'll come home and I'll be like, God, that doesn't look good, does it? That's pretty much what's happened. That's basically what's happened. So I'm like imitating it a little bit. I've got a little bit more to do. I'm going to put some more shelves on top. I've got like some extensions to make them floor to ceiling, which would be nice. I've got my lights to put back up. I'm going to have some bars across here, connecting them. Oh, wrong way. Connecting them together, and then have some plants and stuff. The rearrangement progress looks good. Thank you. It's literally been 2 days of my life. It's just crazy. You like move some furniture around, and then you're like, God, why is this taking so long? And then you go to IKEA, and then you pick up the wrong color shelves. Let me see if I can show you a picture. One sec. It's super annoying. Super duper annoying. Can I show you a picture? Maybe. Let me bring one up. Actually embarrassing, to be honest. Like a half a day wasted. Where is it? There. Chat, if you were looking for a bester shelf, okay, if you were looking for a bester shelf, and you wanted black, would you pick up grey by accident? Because they're all together. I didn't realise these shelves in particular from IKEA. God, Lord and pray to IKEA. We love it. All right, but yeah, I realised that the shelves I've bought, they don't come with shelves. So I went over and I was like, oh, this isn't the right one. Walked around and then found the shelves, and I was like, oh, I get the frame and the shells separately. So I walked back and bought grey, and I opened it and I said, what in the live, laugh, love is this shit? So yes, I had to go back and get brown black, which is cool. But I think it's come out alright, you know. I got a notification I was gifted a sub by Mikey, but nothing on Twitch. Yeah, bro, got scammed. Techno got scammed, bro. Look, do you want to show you? Look, what I do is my go live notification is Hellstorm Mikey just gifted you a sub. The ultimate scam. The ultimate scam. You, the scammed. Me, the master of scams. Brennan, thank you very much for the gifted membership, dude. Really appreciate you. What a fucking legend. What a legend. And it looks like there's a lot of people using their primes. Deathwatch, thank you for the prime. Thank you for the prime as well. Basically, every time someone becomes a member or gifts a sub, we try to get this number to beat our high score. If we beat our high score, I'm going to do a giveaway. All right? I'm going to do a giveaway. All right? So if we beat 27, we're at 3 right now. Be careful on YouTube. You do have to do gifted one at a time. If you do it on Twitch, you don't. All right? But if you want to beat the high score, we'll do a giveaway at the end. Okay? We'll do a giveaway when we hit it. 28 is the high score. Well, 27 is the high score. I'm going to beat it. I've just got to tell the entirety of my Discord that I'm live, so give me 1 second. Yo, chat! Huge painting drama. Plus, new room update. Boycotting Games Workshop. Games Workshop. Live now. I just need to tell everybody that I've gone live and now free to join Discord, especially join Discord in chat. That'd be really cool. That'll be really cool. And then we're gonna do so we're gonna talk about boycotting GW, boycotting World Championships of Warhammer. We're gonna talk about the drama from Ammo, and then we're gonna do the tier list. I think. Check latest video chat. Let me have a look. Whoa! Deck, why are you turning ad block on, bro? Why are you turning ad block on? Dirty bastard. Dirty bastard. What's going on? Don't ever do this, ever. Don't ever do this, ever. Never turn on ad block on a Hellstorm stream. Lambo! Thanks for the Prime, dude. Thanks for the Prime. Now you can watch ad-free. Now you can watch ad-free, bro. We don't fuck with World Warships. Never played it. Never played it, to be honest. Never played it. Just went to YouTube, I'm not ashamed. It's because you got clickbaited. You got the real clickbait of Mikey gave you a sub. Isn't that a great go live notification? Now got to change it though, because people have started to notice. Alright. People have started to notice. How do you look at your liked stuff on Facebook? Comments and reactions. Is it reaction? Likes and reactions. Yo! Found it. Found it. Can I view it? Let's go. How do I just like go to I don't know how to go to the post. Anyway. Your actual scum. I am. 10 minutes of Hellstorm break at work to break up my day. You're so welcome. I'm happy to help. So we're trying to get this number to 28. Dan Brook! Thank you, dude. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you very much for becoming a member of Boys Club tier. This should reset. There he goes. Back up to 5 now. Can you see that? How cool is that? How cool is that? So I hope you all had a good couple of days. Again, apologies. I've been a bit quiet on both, like every platform, because I really need to charge my phone. What's it? I've just been working in here. I've just been grafting, and I think it's come out all right. I think it's come out all right. You know, I just need to get. I said I'm gonna have like some strips of wood across there. I think I might hang the camera from it. I'm not sure yet. And then I'm gonna put a light up there, and I'm gonna put some plants up there, and I think it'll look really sick. Also, World Eaters tier list had to be done. Nah, I appreciate you, bud. Thank you very much. This is too chill. This is too chill right now. Stop it. Stop being chill. I want 0 chill. All right, that's not quite what I was looking for. That's not quite what I was looking for, bro. To be honest. That's not quite what I was looking for. There we go. That's better. That's better. James, thank you very much for the 14 months, dude. We all appreciate your efforts, Mikey, with all you do for the hobby. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just like rejigging my studio. I'm actually rejigging the studio at the studio, the Battle Report studio as well. Speaking of Battle Report studio, this Friday, my gamers, we've got a live Battle Report lined up for you. We've got the Death Guard finally. We got the Death Guard finally, and they're going up against orks this week. So if you want to tune in, that'd be really appreciated. And I really appreciate Brennan. Thank you very much for the 21 months, dude. Prepping for the inevitable American Civil War. Distract us back with your 40k drama and whimsy, please. I can't avoid that for the first topic, which I'll probably get into now. I can't get into that for the first topic, but I can for the other ones. The World Eater tier list should be a literal tier list, measuring how much crying is being done about each data sheet. Excellent. Yeah, the World Eaters are looking a bit rough, aren't they? They're looking a little rough. They're looking a little rough. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look. We'll have a nosy. Now rip a fat line off the ass of the new full-grown fucking puddle. What do you smoke before you tune into my streams? Lambo, thanks for 29. I'm sure my Massive Execution is going to remain SD in the New World Eaters Codex. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But I also have the points as well, chat. I have the World Eaters points. So when we do the tier list, we can look at the points cost and judge. Whilst a unit might be shitter, has the points changed to make it worth it? But mostly, I hope you're ready to buy some Forge Feeds. Mostly, buy some Forge Feeds. All right. Temper zombie tired back in Death Guard face orcs for both my armies. Dude, I need to message you. I opened the package today. I was very excited. It's actually behind me. I was very excited. Very cool shit. I've always loved Forge Fiend lore. Truly the Forge Fiends. What can we say? So we'll do that. But first, chat. I just want to say, iconic World Eater unit of Forge Fiends. It's just like the iconic Space Marine unit. Triple Ballistas, double Vindicator. The new office layouts look a lot nicer. Thank you, dude. Thank you. So basically, that white... Before I get into the main topic, the white unit that was behind me is now out just there, off camera. But I'm going to use it as, like, project shelf. So that is allowed to be messy. But then these, when they're done, because there's just loads of shit on there that's for display that's not displayed yet. It's going to look... I'm going to make this display so it looks nice behind me. Is it just black paint? So it's acoustic panels, but then I painted either side because I needed it to be a bit longer. My desk is 140 centimeter, you know, and then the acoustic panels are 120. So I just painted 10 centimeters each side. So it looks like clean. It looks like a feature wall now, you know. So yeah, so it's annoying. 20 centimeters too short to have it all the way across. But I was like, I'm not paying fucking MMX Matt. Thank you for the Prime, dude. Really appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the Prime. You're a fucking legend. Yeah, I didn't want to buy an extra panel just for 20 centimeters, and I couldn't be asked to cut it or anything like that. Just be what was I going to do with the rest of the panel? So I just was like, I've got some paint. I'll just whip it up and down. £5 says those displays never got organised. Conquer Stewie, I'll double your bet if you're feeling generous. Are you feeling good about that? I'll bet you £10 personally. All right. I'm not paying like a proper Northern lad. Yeah, I'm tight. That's why I used a bit of Wix paint that I got 7 years ago for £8. That I paint everything. My board at the studio is painted black, slate. You know, the walls painted slate. You know, if I ever like that could do with darkening down, Wix slate, great colour. Don't know why I've got it. I think Georgie bought it once, never used it. Tried it in one place in the room she had. Net was like, I can't be asked to do that. I was like, right, I'll have it. I've had it for fucking 7 years and it just keeps going. Just never runs out. Double or nothing. If they do get done, they stay tidy for less than a month. That's mean. But yes, deal. Deal! So all it takes is £10 for Maggie to do some tidying. I was doing this shit for free! Bro! Actually, and that's a bit of a lie. Chat, I will say there's a video where I'm like reorganizing the office. It is sponsored, okay? So all it takes is a sponsor. Or £10, either or. Either or, bro. Alright. How many pounds for a bong rip? More than you have. If you're talking dollary dues, bro. 5 figures. 5 figures, because then at least it like actually changes my bank balance. At least it'll change my bank balance. I want a decimal place, you know what I mean? Just one. So I need 5 figures from you for it to change 1 decimal place for me. Millennial upset and cleaning, non-surprised. I'm not upset at cleaning. It's just how rude everyone is being. I'm just upset at how rude everyone is being about the fact that I've finally like made my room start to look nice. And everyone's like, fucking, what a piece of shit. You never tidy up anyway. Is the sponsor Hoarders Anonymous? Am I a hoarder, chat, if I don't buy anything? 2 days to tidy the room last way. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Where's the nice lights? I haven't finished them yet. They'll be going up as well. My gay lights, you mean? Say it. Say the gay lights. The messy room vibe was yours. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. But yeah, it's getting there. You know, it's getting there. I'm quite happy. I said that is just, I can't believe how much stuff I had on those shelves. And then I've like tidied it. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, there's quite a lot on there actually. I don't know what to do with all of this anymore. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gundam kits and an upgrade Gundam. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of Dark Souls. There's 3 Warhammer quests with 2 paper expansions for Curse City. There's Halo, there's Fallout, there's Shatterpoint, there's Christ. I've just got so much stuff, chat. Shows the mess. It's not even, I wouldn't even say it's a mess, to be honest. I wouldn't even, I'm going to just take a picture. I don't want to move my camera. I wouldn't even say it's a mess, actually. It's not great. It's just not amazing, if that makes sense. I'll just take a picture. I'll do it that way. No, I can't do it. It's blurry. There's a Hoover. Chat, don't judge my Hoover, okay? Probably took a picture on an iPad. Cringe. It doesn't look that bad. That's what's to the right of me now. It doesn't look awful. It's just an all galaxy unit with all my games on it. That's the project shelf that needs sorting. So it's alright. Clear the desk behind you, turn it into a cat bed so they can be on stream all the time. So I do want to get a cat tree here. I think I'm going to put a cat tree here. You know? I think that'll work well. Because then when I'm sat here, you'll be able to see him on my shoulder. That's tidy. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. But I am mid-tidying up. I'm mid-tidying up, chat. So... that's, to be fair, that's all shit that I don't know what to do with right now, but it's models that need painting. They're all projects that I've started for videos and then given up on. Have you got past that? Why did you even start this phase? That was me going to IKEA yesterday to return the shelves that were the live, laugh, love colour, and I was just like, fucking kill me. I can't be asked to do it now. Let's face it all, chat would turn up at a Hellstorm car boot sale. They would. They would. The uneven stacking. Yeah, it's only a little bit because not all of them are the same size, but it is a little bit uneven. Cat tree so they can look out the window. Then they would sleep in view. We get cat cam. Yeah, so I want a tall cat tree here, which would be cool. So then when I'm sat here, then they can see, and then maybe I can open this window again. So that's a plan. Anyway, chat. I just want to say, when I found the right song, I want you to know something important. Okay? God, I can't find the right song. This is too chill. This is too chill. Chat, you know me. I am standing... with this person, and I am boycotting the World Championships of Warhammer. I will not be attending. I will not be attending the World Championships of Warhammer. No, it's not because I don't have a ticket. It's because I'm boycotting, okay? No, it's not because I haven't won a tournament this season, okay? It's because I'm boycotting. But what is interesting is Quinton, who actually recently won a World Championship of Warhammer golden ticket, okay, for Age of Sigmar specifically. He's actually come out and said they're not going to attend, which I actually super respect them for. Jokes aside, I'm memeing a little bit to make it more interesting, but they've come out and said that they're not attending, and actually I'm kind of with them. Let's set fire to the ticket live on stream. Yeah, let's set fire to the ticket. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Is it because you went 2-4 at the last one? I didn't go 2-4, you cheeky fuck. I didn't go 2-4. I went 3-3. I think. Yeah, 3-3. Why am I scraping for a fall 2? I'm a fucking sad or something. If I already lost, who cares? Stands up. I'm boycotting the World Championships as well, and so is my wife. That's true. That's true. Chat, by the way, timer. You got about 2 minutes, all right? If we beat the high score, doing a giveaway. But there was a post on Facebook that says, Warhammer is for everyone. Why I won't participate in the Warhammer World Championships. At a recent Age of Sigmar tournament, I had the incredible honor of winning a golden ticket to the World Championships. The closest thing our community has to the Olympics. This ticket comes with the privilege of representing Belgium on the international stage. In a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the chance to meet the legends behind Warhammer, connect with the global community, and take part in an event where the very heart of our shared passion. Brennan! Thank you very much, dude. Fucking legend. What a boy. Thank you so much, Brendan. Thanks for re-triggering our little timer. We're halfway there. We might be able to make it if we keep it up. And yet, I made the difficult decision not to go. I refuse to travel to a country currently led by a fascist figure who actively enacts policies that harm trans people, marginalised communities, the environment, and more. My decision is a political and ethical one, an act of activism. I believe we each have a responsibility to speak up when we are given a platform, and this is mine. Games Workshop says that Warhammer is for everyone. This is a moment they can choose to truly embody that message by hosting such a high-profile event in a country that systematically undermines the rights and dignity of many of its own people. They send a mixed message to the global Warhammer community. They have the power to make a different choice, a better one, and I hope they will. Very powerful statement. Very, very powerful statement. And I for one, am like totally in support of this. This is one of those things that you kind of see that what if one person says it, it looks dumb, but the message is true. Because people will just be like, oh, well, you're just crying. And there's like 100 comments on this post, and they're all just like, you're crying, you know? But I'm like totally for it. The thing is with it, if Games Workshop are trying to send a message, you know, how'd you find out about this? I liked the post on Facebook, and then Mercenary told me about it. Why? The thing is with it is like Games Workshop do say, and they've rightly quoted, Warhammer is for everyone. You know, the sadly now infamous post. For the wrong reason. But it says, one of the great powers of our hobby is the ability to bring people together in common cause, build bonds and friendships across divides. We believe in support community united with shared values of mutual kindness and respect. Which, even that first line just goes against everything that is happening over the pond. And granted, we were talking about this in our Discord yesterday, !Discord. Then, like, even if you wanted to have this message, they can't even hold it in the UK right now because the way things are transpiring, let's say, it's not good. It's not good, you know? It's really shit. It's really, really shit. So I'm told, I mean, full respect to Quentin winning a ticket. I don't know if it's just an entry or he's won like a flight, hotel, and he's like boycotting that as well. But either way, I fully respect him for it. What a valuable message. If Games Workshop is truly going, Warhammer is for everyone, then hold it in a country that is truly against certain marginalized groups, then it's kind of, like they say, going against the message. Is there any place on earth you could hold it where someone wouldn't be upset at the politics of that place? That is a question, because again, that came up yesterday. Because I was like, why would they hold it in the UK? And they were like, did you see the Supreme Court ruling last week? And I was like, fucking good point, bro. You know? Is there anywhere they can hold it that's truly neutral and truly good for everyone? Probably not. But also, I feel like politics is a stepping stones, right? I always like to think politics are stepping stones. You can never have the perfect one, but you can always be on the right track, you know? That's not fair. The US is against every marginalized group. True. True. Where's it being held in the US? I believe it's at Atlanta again, but I'm not sure. It's a slippery slope of bad faith arguments, though, to say, well, they can't host it somewhere, everyone would be happy, so why change it? No, exactly, I agree. And again, that's, again, kind of like with politics, right? It's, I think if you are, as long as you are moving in the right direction, that's better than staying where you are. you know, or the wrong direction. Isn't GW under contract? I mean, to expect GW to change the venue this year is obviously a bit of a problem, because there's a lot of logistics that are obviously there's a lot of like financial and just like organization logistics that have already been arranged to run it in the venue that they have this year, right? Now they could do it, they'd lose loads of money. They could do it as like a show of like a show of goodwill, but will they? Unlikely. But I'm also not against this person saying, yo, it's kind of cringe that you're holding it here still, you know. Canada, British EU friendly friend, ally to the world, would piss off Trumpers when the community wins all round. No, yeah, Canada wouldn't be too bad. I fully support their choice to do this, and that is a righteous cause. However, GD probably won't change as the US's biggest market, and boycotting the US would literally cripple the company. Also, Joe, appreciate you. How you doing? Love to see you. I totally agree. Yeah, Games Workshop definitely see the US as their largest growth market, and I think they're just trying to ride under the wave that is currently happening over in the US, you know? For example, it's like, it's no news to anyone that they're obviously trying to build like an American factory to produce plastic, produce miniatures in the US and the UK. And that's probably something that they're trying to focus on a lot now, so they can avoid any future tariff problems that are currently going on, you know, all that shit. So even if we just like don't look at the politics of it, just look at like what they're trying to do. Like when we looked at the Financial Times, basically Games Workshop was like, this is how much money can be made, this is how much we're making, and it's just like the growth of it is obviously insane. So their focus is the US market, and obviously whilst Games Workshop on the face of it say some stuff sometimes which is very good in terms of like a moral grandstand, which I totally appreciate, such as the Warhammer is for everyone like post, which again sadly has become very infamous because people use it, it's just lost a lot of meaning. It just gets shared all the time, right? The thing is with it is Games Workshop also see the US as the biggest growth market, as well as Asia, because they've kind of bottomed out in the UK. It feels like it definitely feels like they've kind of bottomed out. So I think they're just kind of trying to ride the underwave, because there's a lot of companies that are kind of just going out and saying, yeah, we hate marginalized groups too, you know? There's a lot of companies that are coming out and saying, yeah, we actually hate them too, whereas Games Workshop is just keeping their mouth shut, which I think is probably the best idea. And I don't think one person refusing to go to World Championships is going to make a huge difference. I totally appreciate what they're doing, and I totally understand what they're doing, and I really respect them for it. Now, unless everybody goes, yeah, we're not going to do that, then that was the only thing that will make Games Workshop go, like, yeah, we're probably not going to hold it in the US anymore. But also, they might not hold it in the US next year for the reasons. They might hold it there again. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I'm basically, I think it's really cool what they're doing. I really respect them for it, you know? And we can do that. And sadly, the problem is whenever you have that, is you just get people just like, you don't know what fascism is. You truly changed the world, buddy. Instead of going and joining a nice event, you chose to stand up against a Trump player and make decisions that literally doesn't matter. I mean, if everyone has this mindset, truly anything that you don't like will never change, you know? That's the thing. Try again, Bragg. I hope someone else doesn't miss out because someone chose not to go. I hope they do, because that's kind of what a boycott is. There's also the point, if you leave the US, you're penalizing the people who want to attend and don't agree with the current administration. No issue with someone taking their own stand, though. Well, not really, because obviously it's a world championship. Why are we only holding it in the United States? You know, if it's the world championships, why are we only holding it in one country? You know, like, I understand why they held it there first. The global events manager is based in the US, funnily enough, because he used to run Nova. But if it's a world championship, I don't think there should be any issue in moving it around the world, you know? Why should everyone have to travel to the US to play in the World Championships? Why can't we travel to other places, you know? GW, we're not running events in the US anymore. Now we're actually running LD events in the US. The World Cup is hosted all over the place, and they're experts at picking bad hosts. Yeah, well, they're experts at picking whoever pays them the most. If it's only held in the USA for a foreseeable and you win a ticket, will you be boycotting it? Me personally, I don't think I would go again either way. You know? I don't think I would go again either way. So I would probably, because I would rather be honest and be like, yeah, I'd boycott it. I'd rather be honest. I probably wouldn't go again anyway. It was cool, but it was a hell of a long way for a very short trip. You know? It was fun. Don't get me wrong, but it was not. It was kind of like, it wasn't crazy. You know what I mean? I've been to other events in different countries that are much better. It was just big, and it's just I knew everybody. You know, if I was going to be honest, I probably wouldn't go to the US right now. I wouldn't choose to go. You know, it's not something I'd be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll go. Even if I had like unlimited money. I just wouldn't want to go right now, personally, you know? Because it looks like a quite scary place, you know? It just looks like a quite scary place to go. And you don't, and like, no matter like what political standpoint you hit or have, it looks pretty scary. So, probably personally not. Is that me boycotting? Maybe. Maybe. Man, another thing is, why is his boomer ass fan base so attached to Facebook? Oh, bro, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's so weird. Like, everything always happens on Facebook. It's so annoying. It's so frustrating. I hate Facebook. So, should we be boycotting UK content creators that went to Adepticon? The thing is with it is, like, I think there's, like, I think with anything, if you wanted to boycott anyone like that, then I think there should be a grace period, you know? If I booked flights in, let's say, September last year to go to an event in March, and then I went, you know what I mean? Or like then things happened that I didn't agree with. Then boycotting it that close is probably a bit too much, you know, or like not going a bit too close because you spend a lot of money, there's a lot of investment, etc. But then if it's like a year's time, November this year, and you really want to be like, well, they're still going, then yeah, maybe you can be like, yo, I don't think you should go. I'm not saying anyone should boycott anyone. What I'm saying is I really respect what this person is doing. Personally, I probably wouldn't go to the US either. That's what I'm saying. Make the space available for people by kicking out supporters of fascism. No, I totally agree, Brennan. I totally agree, bro. That's the thing. If, like, it's always going to be a difficult conversation, which is a difficult conversation that people have to have, is that if someone is coming in, this is too angry, this music. I'm trying to get better at choosing the right music when I'm talking about stuff. The thing is with it is that no matter what, someone's going to have a different opinion to you, but if they are openly hateful against marginalized groups, then maybe that's the problem you deal with, not the marginalized groups. You know? And saying that, like, Warhammer is an escape is such a shit argument, because in an ideal world, everything's an escape, but it's not. If you hate other people because of their skin color, the way they dress, or the way they want to live their life, you're a cunt. You know? Ultra kill, yeah. Sure are a lot of great names and no chat history, so they decided to talk about this. Yeah, that's true. Let's have a look at some. Let's have a look at some. I know it's a rough letting feathers, but is starting a which one for content creators who go to the US? A lot of people are beholden to who have to travel the US stay relevant. Yeah, I'm not saying that anyone should boycott, but I'm saying that, like, if you had an opinion, you can make that opinion known. I'm not saying anyone should be boycotting anything. I don't think I've said that, but I'm saying that if you really wanted to be angry at content creators for going to the US, then maybe give them some grace period, you know what I mean? If you really wanted to, but that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, Brutus, why do you only come on the stream to talk about drama? Oh, it's not loading now. Brutus, where are you with your bad opinions? Have you only ever spoken to say this is a shit opinion? Is that actually what's happening? If so, that's really funny. If so, that's super funny, actually. I'm trying to pull up his chat history, but it's not working. It looks like that's the only thing he's ever said. Just keep politics out of space, people to go to escape and have fun. It's such the dumbest argument ever. The dumbest argument ever. Yeah, this morning, you know, I was going around saying I hate trans people, but now I'm playing Warhammer, keep politics out of it. Keep politics out of it now, chat. Oops, spoilers. Keep politics out of it. I hate trans people. That is a quote from them, obviously. You know, I think most people would love to keep politics out of Warhammer. Anyway. Fascism out of my hobby, literally.
Mikey! Super chat £7.
Brenner, thanks for the 10.
Getty M. Mikey.
Getty and Mikey, let's go, baby. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, dude. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, I really respect Quentin for what he's doing. Should we be boycotting anything? I don't know. I think it's difficult. I think it's very difficult. I'm not here to try and start a movement. McGobbo, thanks for joining the boys club. I'm not here trying to start a movement against anyone. But I'm saying if you've got an opinion, it's okay to let people know if you are unhappy with their actions. I'm not saying you should boycott them. I'm just saying, yeah, you know, a little message, you know, something like that. Like, a little message can go a long way. That's what I'll say. If that's what you really want to do. If you don't want to, also fine. So USA customers who have their stuff go up by 10 to 25% should be happy because otherwise it's a political conversation. Literally, yeah. Trans rights and human rights, that's true. I have the bracelet just in case anyone forgets. And stand up for what you believe in, even if you're one voice against a storm posing you to where it might not make any difference, it's still worthy of respect. Randoma guy, best comment. Randoma guy, best comment, bro. Also, keep custodies female, true. Tracy Valoris stands again. It's almost too great, but totally understandable that GW games are an escape from fascism for lots of us, including me. Yeah, they can be an escape, but also it's like, you know, step one. Don't have hateful people. People ignoring politics is what led to the state of the world at the moment. That's very true. Very true. Anyway, chat. I think we've done some good coverage of that. I think we've done some good coverage of that. I think I really respect what Quentin's trying to say, you know. And if you would like to join them in anything, do that as you may. I'm not trying to rile up a boycott or anything like that of everyone, you know. I think that'd be silly. I think that would be silly, but I also appreciate what they're doing, you know? I appreciate what they're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to say. People avoid detention center for weeks for traveling to the US for basically no reason. It's not been only one case. I don't think that's a place to hold the World Championship. No, I kind of agree, to be honest, Kosaku. I agree. Mikey says boycott American, got it. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. No, the signature series has just hit the US, bro. No, the second tower. The signature series has just hit the tower. I can't boycott the US. No, not again. Americans, please, if you're boycotting Games Workshop, great. Use all that money to go to the Color Forge instead. Chad, is this a bad time to tell everyone that the signature series is in the US? Is this a bad time to say it's available in North America? I think it might be. It's a bad time. Bad time. Time's poorly, what can I say? Honest, but poor. Let's put the championships on the moon. The championships on the moon probably would be the best place because no one can hear them scream. Trump going to put 100% tariff on all Hellstorm products. True. That's true. Anyway, speaking of boycott, chat, it's time for another one. So, the next topic, before we get into the tier list, is about ionic paints. Ionic smart colors, which I don't know what they are. I don't know why they're called ionic. I don't know what type of paint they are, why they're so cool and epic. Ionic Smart Color by Ammo, or Ammo by MIG. Ionic Smart Colors feature a unique formulation that provides a fun, easy-to-use experience of painting any type of miniature. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced painter, Ionic paints are applied smoothly in both brush and airbrush. Developed by a highly experienced team, Ionic paints deliver unmatched coverage, exceptional color intensity, a smooth matte finish, and effortless blending. With Ionic, every project is enjoyable. I haven't used these, and I don't know. Has anyone tried to use these? I've got no idea. Has anyone worked out what's the difference between this and like every other paint on the market? They're meant to be very good. Ammo's Atom paints are class. I don't know. Can you just like Ionic Smart Colors? Is it like a press release? That's just the shop. That's a review. Big Child Crates and Ammo by MIG Jimenez have joined forces to bring over 20 years of expertise in developing, painting, and distributing high-quality modelling products, creating a paint range focused on enhancing the painting experience for all modelers. Ionic Smart Colors feature a unique formulation that provides fun, easy to use for painting any type of miniature. I've read that alright. I've read that already. So it's just paint. Ionic paints available in the US, so they boycotted. I think it's just paint. You know? It's a new range of paint by Ammo by MIG. Or MIG Jimenez. Okay. Now, you might have heard a little bit about this paint recently because it's doing the rounds. It's doing the rounds because it's essentially a culmination of two companies, Big Child Creative and Ammo by MIG. Obviously, Ammo by MIG being a super large, mostly historical oil paint, streaking grind type company. I'll get my biases out the window, chat. They're my alternative to AK because I hate AK. I hate AK, so I use Ammo. All right. This incredible new invention where you put stuff on, put it on stuff and it changes the colour, literally. However, there was a statement a couple of days ago put out, okay, by Big Child Creative. Now, Big Child Creative are a relatively small company. They're obviously, they make paint stuff, okay? Now, it feels like a lot of what they've been doing recently is to do with ionic paints, okay? But they put out a statement the other day saying that ammo is the big scam. They've been robbed, chat. They've been stolen from. Tabloid jargon, let's go. Me. They've been stolen. They've been robbed. Now, there's a statement from Big Child Creative, and there's a statement from Ammo by Me. So let's have a look what they've got to say. This is the first statement. It says Big Child Creatives, and it says Big Child Creative, this statement about ionic smart paints, because obviously it was a joint collective effort, okay? Dear community, fans and followers of Big Child Creators, we've taken our time to share this message out of caution, out of respect for all of you, in an effort to resolve through the proper channels a situation we feel is profoundly unjust. Several years ago, we began a collaboration with Ammo by Mig, I'm going to call it Ammo from now on, to develop a new line of paints. The result was Ionic Smart Paints, a range built with great enthusiasm and hundreds of hours of work. Okay, quite damning, something quite unjust. Okay, something quite unjust. Now, Big Child contributed through its painters network and its design and management team all of its knowledge and experience in miniature painting. We developed the colours in collaboration with their chemists to define their behaviour, created the brand identity, and developed the SMART concept, with the vision of offering a product accessible to all kinds of painters and professionals. Our artistic direction and experience shaped the product you know today. I don't know what this... Does anyone know what the SMART concept is? Not to be an absolute idiot. Not to be an absolute idiot. What's the SMART concept? Why is it smart? Anyway, although we tried to formalise this collaboration with a written contract, we were unable to get Ammo to sign it. Even so, we chose to trust and move forward because we never imagined we would end up in this situation. Now, I will say, before I continue, they are adding to the drama. I'm about to be on the 3rd page. They haven't said what the situation is, but they would never end up in it. But big drama. Big drama. And what I found interesting as well is, obviously, I cover a lot of, let's say, industry drama, industry news, things that happen. The most recent one that I covered was Vallejo. Obviously, with Vallejo, with the workers being mistreated. And it's really weird because when that happened, there was not a lot of people talking about it. I was one of them, you know, and there's a couple of others like Rob the Honest Wargamer, etc. We like covered it and we said unionize and big up the unions, but no one else seemed to talk about it too much. You know, it's pretty quiet. Let's say all quiet on the Western Front. But this one, it feels like every fucker I know has shared it. I feel like you all know what I'm reading. You've already read it because 90,000 people have shared it onto their Instagram story. And I think that's really weird. I do think that's really weird. It was interesting. Because obviously this is company versus company drama, let's call it, for lack of a better term. Company versus company drama. Whereas Vallejo was like little worker versus big company, silence. Big company versus big company, everyone's talking about it. Weird. Anyway, let's find out what the situation was. Unfortunately, our trust was betrayed to the extent that with the brand and logo, Ionic Smart Colours were registered without our knowledge or consent under the name of MIG. It is a fact that speaks for itself beyond any version or explanation and to the ongoing lack of transparency we've enjoyed throughout this collaboration. It's natural for Ammo to build their own version of what happened, but the facts cannot be changed. So what's basically they're saying is Big Child Creatives and Ammo came together. They came together to make a paint, and what they're alleging is that Ammo stole the copyright or registered the brand and logo Ionic Smart without their knowledge. That's what Big Child are alleging. That's what they are claiming has happened. So they're saying that there was no contract that was signed for either party, and then Ionic Smart Colours was registered by Ammo, essentially claiming that Ammo have stolen the colour or stolen the brand Ionic Smart Colour. They've appropriated a product developed by both parties, almost denying or downplaying our contribution as if we had been merely a decorative addition. We were not. It was a partnership of equal that, had it been respected, could have built something much greater for the community. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that we're a 50-50 on this and Ammo have stolen it. You know? By their mum. I think I will say that's probably just a standard thing, you know? That's probably just a standard thing. But we'll see. We'll see. We do not deny their role, but we do not accept the narrative that Big Chow was merely a casual observer or that they were the only ones to invest resources when a contribution was foundational. And many of you can attest that in one way or another you collaborated with or discovered Ionic through Big Child. Well, many of you, I can't personally. But I also, when we search Ionic Smart Paints, you know, when you search, you look at like an older website, not like a new one. Where was it? I mean, it says Big Child Creatives on the box in large twice. And it's on the bottle. You know? Which I think is interesting with all of this argument. You know? This one as well, look, like it's then logos on the bottle and I don't see ammo. I don't see ammo. Unless that's the problem, they're kind of saying Ionic is ammos with them helping, you know? But I was a bit like, huh. You know, it's their logo all over it. If I looked at this, I would not think it was ammo. I would think it's Big Child Creative, you know? Not long after these were released, Ammo released something extremely similar. Well, isn't it the same product though? I presume they're just selling the same product through their own branding, right? Or through their own channels. Because I don't see it. If you say, oh, there we go. Oh, interesting. Oh, plot thickens. Plot thickens. All right, okay. They know it. The painters who took part in the development know it, and those who are close to the project know it, and our community knows it. So Big Child is saying it's a 50-50, but Ammo took more than their fair share. But there was also no contract, so it's like, so it's fucking fair game at that point. Sadly, the world we live in, it's fair game. Despite our delicate situation, we are currently evaluating the necessary legal action to defend and protect our rights and co-authorship and the use of our image. But we didn't want to leave without sharing the truth. Sincerely, Big Child Craves Team. So, and then we just got the Spanish version. Because obviously, it's just, why is it every Spanish company that seems to get themselves into drama? I don't really have sympathy when they didn't have a contract. I think not having a contract is very silly, but I don't think we should be like, well, they didn't have a contract, tough luck. I think that is a bit poo, you know? Because then what we're saying is, if it's not specifically wrote down, it's fine to steal, you know? It's very naive, yeah, totally agree. You know, it's very naive, but I don't think we can go, well, there's no contract, tough luck. It's a bit like, all right, cool. You didn't get a contract because you were kind of doing something else, or you didn't think it was super duper important, so now tough luck, you've been robbed. You know what I mean? Which of the two companies were responsible for the Umbrella Man? Shut up about the Umbrella Man. Okay? Shut up about the Umbrella Man. So that was their statement. Okay? And I mean, if you just scroll down their page, they've got Ionic demos at Adepticon. You know? Ionic has been kind of like collaborated with both, because I think Ionic Smart Hobbies has its own Instagram. It does. But they put out an official statement yesterday. So someone has access to the Ionic Smart Colours, and they've put out a statement on behalf of Ammo. So it says their moments in custody's history, when despite a preference for quiet and honest work, one can no longer remain silent. Drama. So they replied pretty quickly. You know? They replied pretty quickly. Last night, Ammo was a target of a deeply unfair and damaging public attack. This attack goes beyond our company and strikes at the dignity of the hard work of our families behind this project. Now, I think, just before I get into this, I haven't read this one yet, putting this on the Ionic Smart Hobbies account and say it's a statement of Ammo, in my opinion, personal opinion, doesn't sit well, because you're trying to say, they're trying to say you stole it, and then the official account for Ionic that they allegedly have stolen is putting out the press release on the account. I think they probably should have put the press release on the Ammo account. I think that will be better optics. But to say, hey, you stole our account or stole our brand, and then post the official statement on said brand is a bit weird. You know, it's a bit weird. But I'm living for this, like, they didn't do it so much. I was living for the Big Child creators did loads of highlighting in the statement. Thought that was great. Ammo's mum getting out there shooting themselves by the foot. All I'm saying is the optics, from initial viewing, the optics don't look great when they're like, you stole our brand from us, and the brand that they are alleging that to be stolen is like, no, we didn't. Last night Ammo was a target of a deeply unfair and damaging public attack. This attack goes beyond our company and strikes at the dignity and the hard work of all the families behind this project. We're responding urgently today because the value that defines us, honesty, hard work, community and respect, compel us to speak clearly and truthfully without hatred or fear. So here's what Ammo's got to say. Big Child Creators published a statement filled with false claims accusing us of having stolen a shared brand, of allegedly causing their bankruptcy. I don't think they said that. And of acting dishonestly. None of these claims are true. I don't think did they claim that they made them go bankrupt? No? No, I don't think they did. Did I miss that bit? Did I miss a page? I'm not going to go check. You guys can just tell me if I'm wrong or not. You guys can just tell me if I'm wrong. These allegations now circulating on social media because literally everybody shared it. Actually crazy that everyone shared that, but not when it's just the little worker. Right, okay, whatever. Not only damage our name, but also call into question years of serious, lawful, and transparent work. This is not just a reputation crisis, it's an attack on the truth. That is why we are compiling and preserving all legal and technical documentation that disproves each of these falsehoods. We will present that documentation in court as soon as possible. There was zero mention of bankruptcy in the last statement. Yeah, which is not filling me with hope for Ammo, to be honest. It's not filling me with hope when they're like, you said we caused your bankruptcy. It's like, well, we didn't say that. Maybe behind the scenes that might be true, but they haven't said that. And then they're posting it on the Ionic account. Why are they not post it on their own and be like, no, it's the shared brand, clearly. we wouldn't post that here. The Ionic project began 4 years ago as a private initiative between Jose Manuel and Carlos, who were friends at the time. Mig Jimenez were not involved until the very end, just before any agreements were signed. Now that Big Child has shut down its operations and laid off its staff, it's easy for them to attack us. Oh, okay. So they're saying that Big Child is actually shutting down because they've gone bankrupt. They have nothing to lose and are free to spread lies and fabrications without concern and consequence. Meanwhile, Carlos, leading Ammo and Ionic, has been blindsided by their sudden withdrawal. This move undermines the trust, friendship, and hard work of 4 years. Our former partners decided to stop contributing labour or investment to this joint project. This is a serious blow to the families who work at Ammo and represents a betrayal of loyalty and commitment. Well, they just said they would preserve the evidence helping them, not all evidence. All legal and technical documentation that disproves each of these falsehoods. Not the ones that prove it. So they're saying that, like, they've gone bust. They're not investing in the Ionic project anymore, and then they're obviously trying to, like, take them down with it. From the start, Ammo's intention was to create a new company with Big Child as equal partners. Interesting. Over 4 years, Ammo invested hundreds of hours into chemical development to produce the best miniature paints possible. We do not dispute the contribution of Big Child, as well as other painters who work quietly on the paints. So I mean, at least they're claiming, they're saying that it was supposed to be a 50-50, equal partners, you know. They're not being like, no, it was supposed to be 70-30. No, it's supposed to be 90-10, you know what I mean? They were saying it's supposed to be 50-50. Throughout those years, we repeatedly offered to sign a formal agreement, but in the end, it never happened. That responsibility falls on both sides, and we accept our part. I mean, taking responsibility. Am I a ammo simp? Maybe. Maybe. There's a lot of attacks in Big Child, but they've kind of come out and said, yeah, it was supposed to be an equal partnership. We both cocked up and not getting the contract. But then, obviously, if they're saying it's supposed to be 50-50, if they went to court and said, well, we actually put more in, they can't say anything now. You know what I mean? If they went to court, all they could claim is 50% because they've said it here. They're supposed to start a new company with his equal partners, right? If they put out a statement saying it's supposed to be 50-50, if Ionic sue, if Big Child try and sue, saying they tried to take more, then surely they'll have evidence to say, no, it's always supposed to be 50-50. Maybe I'm a simp. I don't know. Vibe check. Despite early doubts from some at Big Child, our chemists, our decades of experience in paint development, and massive investment of time and resources produced a formula now considered the best on the market. It is entirely false to claim Big Child had anything to do with the creation of the paint formula, which belongs to Ammo's manufacturing company. Oh. So they're saying that they wanted to develop a joint company, but Big Child had nothing to do with the chemistry of the paint. Okay. Give with one hand, take with the other. Interesting. In the spring of 2024, Big Child faced serious financial issues caused by over-reliance on a single client who stopped working with them. This led to layoffs and budget cuts. Who was Big Child working with? Who were they working with? I don't know. Did you see why I put news and releases on Discord? No. If you want me to see something, you have to put it in share with Mikey. Apparently, workers at Ammo have been harassing those posting about this. Interesting. Ammo is saying that the IP is theirs and not Big Child's, which is entirely possible. Yeah, the actual IP of the paint itself is owned by Ammo. Which I can understand why Big Child are probably spitting the dummy out. They're working with Simon. Okay. Given Big Child's financial situation, Ammo supported them out of friendship and loyalty. In September 2012, In September, we agreed to move forward with Ionic using Ammo's limited resources to buy all materials, handle the first production run, and even take on debt to launch the new product line. At the time, Big Child expressed gratitude but insisted on having their logo on the packaging. They saw the project as a possible lifeline. Big Child was responsible for preparing the paperwork to set up a new joint company to house the Ionic project with a 50-50 split in terms of work investment and resources. They were also supposed to handle all marketing and a Kickstarter campaign, which were never carried out. The company formation was delayed repeatedly and indefinitely on their side. RIP. If the development was in-house at Ammo, then Big Child would presumably have no claim that the paint chemicals, makeup, and manufacturing process is in part theirs, especially without a contract. Yeah, I think that's probably what this is going to boil down to, is like, Ammo was like, you own half of the company, but the chemical maker was done by a different company, and we own that. That's what I think Ammo is trying to say. But like you said, they had their logo all over the box, you know? I love that both companies are blaming the other for not setting up the joint company. Maybe even just sent a representative from each company and done it together, like held hands, skipped into the wheat fields and done it together. They probably would have got it done quite quickly. Half of the company was never made. Yeah, that's true. But as soon as it made, they could have like sorted that, right? All the profits could have been put into the new company, but also all of the debt. While waiting for Big Child to handle the paperwork, both sides agreed to start selling the products as soon as possible to take advantage of the holiday season. To protect the brand and without time, money or resources, Big Child and Ammo agreed in a meeting to secure the Ionic launch. This was done based on the trust we had in who we believe were partners and friends. In October, Big Child registered the domain name, server, social media and emails for Ionic under their name. In November, Ammo registered the brand and logo, relying on its 12 years of experience in this area. It was registered under the name of Trinidad Martin, as all ammo brands have been. In fact, the firm responsible for registration does this autonomously and by default. This is public information anyone can verify. Okay, that's a bit weird. Why is it all autonomous? It's easy to understand that no product should be launched without protecting its name, brand, and domain and social media presence. Big Child was fully aware and agreed with this. The evidence is clear that they were selling Ionic on their official website for months. Why would they do this unless they accepted the situation? That's the thing, right? That's the thing. Big Child was selling it, right? On their own website. So, I can't show you right now, but you can see bigchildcraze.com/store/product/Ionic basic set. And obviously they've removed it now. You know? But like when you search Ionic smart hobbies or smart colors, you know? Like this is Big Child Creator's website. This is their domain. I can't click on the link now because they've obviously since removed it. But they are clearly hosting the basic set on their website. If you click visit, it says it's not there. Oh, I took the website down. That's why you can't see it. The website is down completely. But yeah, if they had a problem, why are they selling it on their own website? Which seems very odd. That personally seems very weird. Eventually, after months of selling Ionic, Big Child set a date to incorporate the company. Ammo's partners even deposited the required funds, which have still not been returned. Oh, shit. Wayback Machine might have a copy. I doubt it, but it's also... I think the point stands, you know what I mean? It's clearly on their website. Which have still not been returned. We believe this may constitute misappropriation, which will have to be resolved in court. Oh. So they've taken money. Ammo have given them money. And they've to set up the company and they didn't do it. So then they think they've spent it on something else. But 1 week before signing, they suddenly walked away. They no longer liked the profitability of the paint market, expected immediate returns to solve the internal issues, and felt they lacked the control and influence they wanted. They also wanted consumers to believe the formula belonged to them, which is untrue. On top of that, they were unwilling to commit more time, labour, or investment. In 40k terms, this statement makes it a 20-0 for Ammo. This does not look good for Big Child, to be honest. This isn't a good response for them. A great response by Ammo. If all of this is true, Big Child does not look good. Does not look good coming out of this. You know. Two of the three Big Child partners have not responded in any way since February 18th, despite our countless opportunities. Their intentions have been clear for some time. Since then, the third partner, Jose, using extremely uncomfortable negotiation tactics, demanded a pre-agreement giving him 50% of the brand. He did this without acknowledging our expensive investment or work. He even refused to allow us to travel to meet him and talk in person. So I think what we're getting at, I think what Ammo's trying to say was we were supposed to set up a 50-50 company, but then we did way more of the work, so now we're not going to give 50% of the company. You know? So he's like, Ammo brought the receipts. No receipts yet. It's a lot of he said, she said. He said, she said. How March 27, Big Child's lawyers demanded we remove their logo from Ionic products, which we immediately did across all digital platforms and new productions. That's why we see now it has the ammo logo rather than Big Child Creative. Our lawyers responded right away, but we have not heard nothing back from Big Child or their legal team since April 9th. It is hard to reach an agreement with someone who refuses to respond. Big Child's unilateral withdrawal from the project has left Ammo with hundreds of thousands of euros in development and operational debt. On top of that, Big Child owes more than 20,000 euros in Ionic products that were sold through their website and never paid for. Ooh. Their real goal was to demand unjustifiable payments. When we refused, they launched a smear campaign through distributors and individuals with evidence and will use it in future legal actions. With the official statements they released, it is now unmistakable that their aim was to damage the reputation of both Ionic and Ammo. And this last bit is actually really true, because I heard this was going to happen like 2 months ago. I was starting to hear things about Big Child Creatives and Ammo like months ago, and I was a bit like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what Ionic is. But I was like, so I'm not going to say who sent it, but I had a couple people message me and were like, have you heard about this? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, nothing's public yet. And I was like, oh. Oh, right, okay. Great. But because of that, just from my own experience, makes this a little true. Like a bit of a smear campaign through distributors and individuals, you know? The damage to our reputation has been immense, both personally and professionally, and this will be resolved in court, not on social media. Every insult or boycott affects not just the families who make their living through Ammo, but us as individuals. It has shattered a 4-year friendship built on the shared dream of a common project. Finally, we invite you to consider the Ionic paints, which many of you have called best in the market, are packaged in Ammo's exclusive Atom bottles. The Ionic logo itself shares the O with Atom. This shows the clear connection between the paint and Ammo's brand. Big Child accepted this from the very beginning. To those of you who have written, called, or supported without needing explanations, thank you. To those who still have doubts, we ask for your patience. To those spreading falsehoods, we ask for responsibility. Ooh. Okay. So I'm always for the little guy. You know me. Oh, there's more? There's more! Ammo was not founded yesterday. More than 2 decades we have built our reputation through action, not words. Thousands of hobbyists, artists, stores, and professionals around the world know the quality of our work and integrity of our team. The information shared is public duty to respond to these accusations and does not violate any confidentiality agreements. We will not answer hate with more hate. We answer with respect, facts, and truth. Sincerely, the Ammo team. Ooh. Look, chat, I'm normally with the little guy. You know me. I'm always with the little guy. I'm a bit like the big guy is usually a dickhead. But that doesn't look good for Big Child, I will say. I think the optics of putting it on the Ionic brand is a bit weird. Is a little weird. But I think Ammo slapped back quite heavily. And also, they clearly don't mind, because on their link tree, Ionic Smart Paints for Big Child is still there. Not that I can actually click the link anymore. Not that I can click the link anymore, but Big Child Creators still advertising Ionic Paints. they're still advertising it on their link tree. That's quite funny. That's quite funny. Yeah, there, look. So... a bit of an interesting one. Now, I don't know how to look for company accounts in Spain, to be honest. I don't know how to do any of that. I've had enough time to look at the UK ones. But like, I mean, they have their logo pretty high up on the bottle, you know what I mean? It's not like, I think the problem is maybe Big Child wanted 50% of the chemical composition, which Ammo didn't want to come up with. And look, it's all in Ammo boxes. It's clearly made in their warehouse, right? Why are they always Spanish? Can't they just go out, sleep midday and work it out? I know, it always seems to be a Spanish company, sadly. The biggest thing to me is that Big Child are bankrupt. Seems like scrambling around as it burns down. A little bit, yeah. It's very much giving... Clearly, they've been having problems, and they're trying to take it out on Ammo and trying to claim back something, right? Probably hey guys, we finally got our shit together. Well, our shit's failing. We need to get our shit together now. So now we need that 50% of the company. And then Ammo have gone, well, you can have 50% of the company, but the chemical branding the chemical brand is ours. And they've gone, nah. Nah, bro. It's ours. We're 50-50. And then because of that, they've come out and said they've stolen it. They clearly didn't mind too much, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, some things change. Maybe, like we said, if they've lost his big partner, Simon. Again, this is only what I presume, but I'm only going off the statements. I don't know much else about it. Big Child were working with Simon, painting all their miniatures, etc., having a great time. They've dropped, now don't have a lot of money coming in. So they've gone and gone, right, oh, actually, we really need to sort that contract out with Ammo. And then we need to get that 50-50 deal that we had sorted. And then Ammo have gone, yeah, you can have 50% of the company, but the chemical paint is ours. Not, well, it's our other company, but it's ours, not part of Ionic as a brand. But Ionic is the brand, but we own the chemical brand. And then they've gone, well, no, it's ours, because really it's a 50-50. And now I've gone, well, yeah, but we did all the work and the investment. You're just on the bottle. And then they've gone, nah, bro. Lawyer up. But then after that, they've gone bankrupt. That's a problem. Simon are in trouble too, aren't they? Yeah, Simon are doing really bad. You know? With the public tantrum, Big Child is an appropriate name. Yeah. So yeah, so I read the Big Child one. I was like, fucking hell. I was on Discord the other day. I was like, fucking hell. I've got to find another streaking grind company. And then I fucking put up what was I saying? I just read something. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I was like, fucking hell, I've got to find another streaking grind company. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna put a statement out now. Let's have a look what they've said. So, in other words, keep boycotting. It works, says Brandon Paints. And then harassing people in private message ain't the way to get them to change their mind about boycotting your product. I'll be nice and not post a screenshot. And then sent it anyway. Actually, it's not. Sales are the same, and you're only giving us more info to work with lawyers. It is a pity to spread these rumours without knowing the whole story. At the end, when things get clear, you'll understand why. Regards, Brandon. Who's Albert Ontin left? I've seen them bothering others publicly on posts, so here are the words to me. This is a message I received from someone in their R&D department in response to sharing their post. Apparently sharing their own post is also spreading rumours interesting. Anyways, this sort of harassment is not only based on emotional, it's also simply not okay to posture and threaten legal action over absolute nonsense. These say they were blocked and reported for harassment. So who's Albert Oatin Lafwente? Which brand do they come from? Which brand do they come from, bro? Are they from Ammo? Oh, they're not saying anything else. Which brand? I'm going to have to Google this person and see if they show up. I'm going to have to Google this fucking person. Where was it? Let me see if we can find them. Albert Oatin. No, Albert Oatin. God damn it. I found him. It doesn't say who he is. I was hoping it said like PR for Ammo. PR for Big Child Creative. He's got a painting account. Oh, he has a painting account, but it doesn't link anywhere. Chat, who is this guy? Who do you work for? Who do you work for? Who is your maker? It's fucking wild with like Facebook and Instagram these days because it'll just be people's personal account, clearly a man and his wife, posting random hate into people's DMs. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Who is this? Is that the Big Child Creative CEO for all I know? Is it the Ammo CEO? Fire up LinkedIn. God, I'm going to have to honor. Can you just search for people or do you have to log in? I don't want to sign in. Nah, I don't show up, bro. Nah, I don't show up. God damn. I don't think he's the guy who lives in Ireland who's a results-driven IT operations manager with decades experience in optimizing something. Ah. They're on Facebook. Oh my god, I'm going to go fucking Facebook. Oh, but God, I hate. Why am I fucking stalking this person, bro? Who do you work for? I don't know. I'm fed up of looking, and nothing shows up. I can't be arsed anymore. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know who they work for. Who do you work for? Either way, it's dog shit to be taking your personal Instagram account and posting fucking random hate to people when they're like sharing something. But also, should you boycott unless you got all sides of the story? Maybe, maybe not. I don't fucking know. I don't want to instigate any boycotts today. I thought you're an investigative journalist. I am, but they're not on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, and their account leads to nothing. It's blank. Give it up so easy. In fairness to Albert, while stupid, they aren't threatening Brandon with legal action. They're saying his post will be used as evidence. Big child is screwing ammo. Yes, 100%, but maybe don't post about it on your personal Instagram account. Oh, you've got my Discord, Stuart. Let's go. Albert! Albert, no! No! Don't be posting hate on Facebook or the big child will use that against you! They work for ammo! No! Fuck, go back! Now with the added context... Thank you, Stu. Appreciate you, bud. You clearly use your LinkedIn way better than I do. So now with the added context, Albert is posted, sales are the same, but you're only giving us more info with lawyers. It's a pity to spread these rumors without knowledge of the whole story at the end. When everything gets clear, you'll understand why. Regards, Brandon. Regards, Brandon. Brandon sends his regards. So it's someone from Ammo saying that you're giving us more evidence. Mate, this isn't the best look, in my opinion. If I was like, if my company, my company, was like, yo, we're going to sue that company. And then someone's like, yeah, boycott them. Maybe having, what was their job title? Does it say? HR? Just says experience. Just say experience. Even still, having someone being going on on their Instagram, he'd be like, yeah, we're going to fucking use this against them, dickhead. Got it. Thanks, bro. Isn't the best look. Isn't the best look. It's not hate, it's a message of hate out of all the context. No, I agree. No, I agree. But, like, it's probably not the best message, you know? It's not the best message to be sending out. Oh, I realised why everyone's talking about hate. It's because that guy said it was harassment, which it's not. It's not. It's just a shitty message to send. I kept thinking I was saying it was hate. No, I'm not. This guy is the Brandon Paints is saying that it's hate. I see what they mean is that people spreading the big child post is evidence that they're trying to organize a boycott in an attempt to damage the brand. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. They're essentially saying we're collecting this to say that big child has damaged the brand. Passive aggressive bullshit. Honestly, Mikey, I'm not sure it's a shitty message to send. This is not something as an employee you should be sending to like a customer though, right? You know? If I was building a lawsuit, I wouldn't want my opponents to be able to use this against me. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a great message to send. Well, are they a customer if they're boycotting you? Okay, got me there. Got me there, bro. All right. I just don't think it's a great message to be sending out as an employee, you know? Especially because I know what our job title is. Watch it, it'd be fucking HR or something. It'd be like HR. Why they regard Brandon, though? Probably not. English probably isn't their first language, I imagine, with that. The moment lawyers are involved, all players should be told to keep out of it. No, I agree. Indicative of their previous statements that these are small family-owned businesses and potentially not run by ultra-professional people. Also very true, Kyari. Also very true, bud. I bet it's a valid message. If you're reporting a story saying to boycott a company, would you not be appreciative of someone reaching out to the point you don't have all the info? Yeah, but should you be doing that as an employee, right? Because all it's doing is like even if you're doing it on your personal, clearly doing it on your personal account, that's just gonna be like now it's gonna be used against you, or used against the employee, right? As it is a message of stress out employers concerned with their job if unfounded claims hurt their employer. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Nathan. Definitely. Definitely. They shouldn't be sending it. They shouldn't be saying stuff like that to people online. Because, again, like now, it can just be misconstrued and used against them. Because we know that they work for ammo, right? Chat, someone at my door. Talk about yourselves. Sorry about that, chat. Big child's at the door. Gotta go, chat. Chat, big child's at the door. Amo sent me a message and said big child's on the way for talking out. Any comments like that can be taken as views of the play. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Anyone seen any good Wallace and Gromit recently? Shut up. Boycott Hellstormwargaming for lying about doing tier list today. I'm doing a tier list in a minute. Tier list coming. So it's not the Pinkertons. It was not the Pinkertons. That's true. I wonder if it's Gardner at the door. How Tori Mikey gives you the... Look, I did something so fun. Like, it was quite funny, actually. Because... Where is it? Where is it? What day was it? Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. It's going to be good. Where the fuck is it? What day was it? I sent a video to Parasocial Gang. I don't think it's uploaded, though. That was the weekend. That was me chilling. Have I deleted it? Oh, where's that fucking video gone? Was it a new night being delivered? No. Do I have the video on here? I definitely have it in the WhatsApp group. Chat, I'm gonna leak the Parasocial WhatsApp group for a second. This is not as funny anymore because it's taking me too long to find it. You know when you think of something funny that's really funny to say and it takes you like 25 minutes to find it to make the joke? I literally sent this to Parasocial guy the other day. And I said, trying to beat those Tory allegations. And then, all they kept saying was I was like a politician trying to say, look, I do normal jobs like you. I do normal jobs like you, bro. That's what I got. I was literally one of them. I was like, look, I'm just like you. I could work in McDonald's for a day. Clearly saying he doesn't know how to mow. I was mowing the lawn fine. I don't have Sky either. I actually don't. What's wrong? How? What's wrong with me mowing the lawn there? What? Mikey knows the price of a pint of milk. He's not. It's £50. What can it cost? $10? Why would you mow the lawn one-handed? Because you do mow like a hoover so you can hold the cable. Look at my other hand. It's holding the cable. Yeah, my other hand's holding the cable, bro. And before someone says, why have you not got a bag on it? It's because the grass was wet. All right? The grass was wet, okay? So, little hack for you, because I cut my grass all the time. If the grass is wet underneath, okay, take your lawnmower bag off, all right, and then just cut it, and then leave it to dry for a day, and then cut it again. And that's why I'm doing it one-handed, because I'm stood away from where all the grass is being thrown out. All right? Shut the fuck up! Was the gardener on screen give you acting instructions? Shut up! Stop! Why did you wet that grass? I live in England, bro! I live in England! It's always wet! That's not a cable, it's a leash for the indentured Hellstorm gardener. That's a great tip. Tell your gardener thanks. Fuck off. Yeah, it's my gardener holding the camera, okay? Brother, that is not... What do you mean that's not how you mow lawn? What are you talking about? I'm gonna fucking kill myself, okay? You are all the garden in general is going on my suicide note, alright? Shut up! Tory and garden is on my note, alright? Fucking hell. Right, okay. We're gonna do the tier list now. Chat, are there any good tier lists that you know of? For world eaters online that I can just use without having to make one. Where the fuck's my mail? That's a new whole gardening. One whole gardening thread suicide working. No, the people made me do that. The people. The chat. MFM leaked points confirmed. Are they leaked if Games Workshop send them out to previewers early like me? You know? Have they posted the document? Then I don't have to open it on my iPad. Is it a leak if Games Workshop send them out, bro? No. If it's on the Apple's update, we're never getting a tier list. No, pretty much. They haven't updated the points yet, so I still need my iPad. Alright, chat, I've got the new points for I've got the new points for the World Eaters right in front of me. I can't show you on screen, but I can talk about them. And we're going to do a World Eaters tier list, if you don't mind. Oh, the Red Path have already made a tier list. Yo, shout out to the Red Path for making a tier list already. Nailed it. Does it have the Slaughterbound? No! It's a Slaughterbound, bro. No! Savage. Is there an 8-bound tier? Yeah. These are nice as well, to be fair. They're doing a good job. Have they already done a tier list for the book? Demon Prince is on there twice. Are you looking at the one that says wings above it? Oh yeah, Angron's on twice as well. Angron. Berserkers, Defiler. Yeah, I think they added some twice. Eight-bounder on twice. Yeah, it looks like I doubled it up a bit. It looks like they doubled it up a bit, but that's fine. Let's see where it actually ends. Characters. Tanks. Goalmongers, thank you. Thank you. We don't do demons. We're not a demon household. Tanks. Character. We got oh yeah, the Lord and Juggernaut's there. That wants to go around here. We got Jackals and Goremongers. Khan. Tank, 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 tank. Tank, spawn. Terminators. I think it ends there. Why is there so many? Can you remove them? Is there any way you can remove them if I just press delete? Nope. Two types of predators, yeah, you got that. I think it ends there. No, we missed Terminators. Terminators can go with the 8-bound. I think it ends here where Angron starts. I think that's everything. Okay, we just need to set our tiers. We've got too many for a start. So we got, let me find my tier list, chat. Because I feel like the tiers we've got is really good. If you search Hellstorm tier list, I'm live. That's crazy. S. Nerf me. A. Strong. B. Decent. C. Situational. D. Crash. Y. Right, okay. I think that's good for the tier. Is that all good? There's not that many units to do. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. About 15? I just guessed. I'm quickly going to grab a drink. So I'm going to do a lot of talking. And we'll start. I got my bottle of piss. Surely as his shit heart. Yeah, but I want the video to be monetized. If you rank every unit twice, it might sink in through the nails to the average World Eater player. Fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Just shoot him.
They already done one? Yeah, they've already done one. Okay. 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 D tier, one-handed lawnmowers. Shut up. Alright, gamers. Alright, gamers. It's the content you know and love. There's a new codex. There's World Eaters Codex out now. I've already done the Death Guard, but today it's time for the World Eaters tier list. I'm going to be telling you, in my personal opinion, what is the best and worst unit in this book in none other than a classic tier list, okay? Shout out to the Red Path for making a very lovely tier list already that I've just stolen. Shout out, Jamie. Appreciate you, bud. And let's have a look at the World Eater tier list, in my opinion. We have 5 tiers to play with. We've got S. That means I want it nerfed. A, I think is pretty strong. B, you might put it in a list. C, you'll put it in a list if you're going for something skewed. And D is if you've got it in your list, you're playing casually. Okay. Helldrake S tier. Let's start him off there. Right, okay. Let's have a look at the old World Eaters Codex, shall we? Thank you very much to Games Workshop for sending me the codex early to have a look at. I also have all of the points to have a look at too. So when I'm talking about the unit, I can say how many points it's going to cost. But let me have a look at the very minimal data sheets in this book. Okay. Starting off with Angron. Okay, Angron. What can we say? What can I say about Angron? He's not amazing. He's not amazing, which is obviously a real shame. I just realized I can't really read the picture I'm using, so I'm going to have to open it up on here. 1 second, chat. I was going to use my iPad for the points and then use a leak to read the book, but I actually can't even read the book. So let's start with Angron, the favoured son of the World Eaters book. Arguably, one of the main reasons people play World Eaters is because they love Angron or Khorne Berserkers. It's kind of one of those, right? He's very cool. Definitely a little bit problematic in the last book because I felt like Angron coming back alive either won or lost the game. If he came back, he probably won you the game. If he didn't, he probably lost. And the thing is with World Eaters, I think they're a really hard army to balance. They essentially have the same problem as Tau, where they are only active in one of the phases. Now, I think in the new book they've tried to change that, but they are very active in the melee phase and not really the shooting phase historically. So they run into the same problems, but the problem is obviously Tau are only good in shooting, but shooting is a lot easier to do than melee because obviously you have to make contact. So let's have a look at Angron. He's moves 14, T11, 2 up 4, 16 wounds, 5 up leadership, and 6 OC. He now has devastating wounds on his weapons, which is a nice little upgrade, but he's just overall worse in combat. Except for devastating wounds, he's strength 14, -3, d6 plus 2 damage with 8 attacks, or he's 16 attack, strength 7, -2, 2. He's not great, to be honest. He's got deep strike. His abilities are at the start of the battle round when you make a Blessings of Khorne roll, which is obviously all armies, all World Eater armies. They roll the Blessings of Khorne and they do the doubles and triples things. They get buffs across the army. They've got rid of advance and charge, which obviously makes the whole army worse. So I don't want to keep talking about it. Every unit is a little bit faster now. Obviously they used to have +2 move and now it's just baked into the data sheet, like 18 move for Khorne Berserkers. But the fact that Angron has lost their access to advance and charge is really pooey. I could bring it up for every single unit, but I'm just going to try and move on and just kind of like, we all know that just inherently makes the army harder to play. They're all a lot faster, but no advance and charge is pretty brutal. If it's destroyed, you can use a 666 from that roll to use this ability instead of activating any Blessings of Khorne at the start of the battle round. If you do so, it's no longer destroyed. So you can still bring it back. You can still bring Angron back. However, it uses all of your blessings rather than just the 666. Because he used to be 666, you brought him back on full wounds. He went back into reserve. He also comes back on only 8 wounds. And he only comes back in your movement phase. So that one change not only limits the entire army because you're not getting the buffs that you previously had that you could use if you're all the 666 and then whatever else you had to play with. He only comes back with 8 wounds. And the big change here is that he comes back in your next movement phase. A real good trick, if you're going second, for example, was to roll your Blessings of Khorne at the start of the battle round. Your opponent then has their turn. You bring back Angron at the start of the battle round, and then you could rapid ingress him in your opponent's turn, and then move and charge, etc. It was a very, very good trick, and also Angron came back on full wounds. Now he's overall worse, but also he uses all of your blessings and he's only on 8 wounds. It's pretty rough to bring Angron back now. It's a lot more difficult. Now he has 3 aura abilities or 3 raffle presence abilities to choose from. Each time you make a Blessings Khorne roll, if this model's on the battlefield, you can reroll up to 6 of them. Fine. Each time you name a unit within 6 of this model is selected to fall back, you must take a leadership test. If not, you must remain stationary. If you're in base contact with Angron, you're probably dead anyway. And then while a friendly World Eater unit is within 6, you can ignore all modifiers to move in advance rolls and charges. And each time one makes a melee attack, you can ignore modifiers to hit rolls. So all of his abilities are a bit rubbish. They're all a bit rubbish. And points. Let me pull up the points as well. Why is everything going so slow today? All I did was open the points app. The points app, the pictures app. So Angron, for the convenience of all of these nerfs, is 385 points. 385 points. Now, I don't think he's shit, because he's still a bit of a monster. He still hits very hard. But I think he's going to have to live on very situational. If you're taking him in the list, you're playing at a disadvantage, in my opinion. Because he's nearly 400 points for for what is a beat stick that doesn't do much else and can't, like, obviously the problem is you have to compare him to the index version where you brought him back anytime you wanted on full wounds, you know. Now he just, because he takes all of the blessings away rather than just 666, it's a lot harder, and then he's not as good on the battlefield either, and he doesn't buff much either. I don't think the buffs he brings are that good. So I'm going to put him at low C. Low C tier. Is he trash? He's not exactly trash. He still hits like a brick. But he's very expensive for what he does. Very, very expensive. Okay, next up, Khan the Betrayer. So Khan, as we mentioned, everything's got faster. He moves 8. He moves 8. He has a plasma pistol. Which is damage 1 or damage 2 if he overcharges it. He's got Gore Child, 8 attack, strength 7, -2, 3 damage. And then he can be attached to combat berserkers. Which is great. Change fly rules and I think it'd be worth it. Yeah, if Angron could bust through walls all the time, it'd be great. Whilst Model's leading unit, you can reroll a hit and a wound roll of 1, which is a great ability for a leader. And then to start any of your charge phase, and this model is leading a unit that is now within engagement range of one of my units, you must take a leadership test for that model. If it's failed, one bodyguard model is destroyed. So he's obviously got the Betrayer, which is pretty funny. So he has got a downside. He does kill your own dudes. And the first time this model is destroyed, at the end of the phase, roll a d6. On a 2+, set this model back up on the battlefield as close as possible, where it was destroyed, with 3 wounds remaining out of a maximum of 5. He only has 5 wounds, which I think is a little bit low for Khan, to be honest. But he does come in at 85 points. Now, 85 points is very cheap, I think. I think that's very cheap. He hits like a brick. He's going to reroll and hits and wounds rolls of 1 while he's attached, and giving it to those units of combat berserkers, which are like 20 man if you really want to. And then he comes back on a 2+. It's better than what it was when you're killing in like every turn he wasn't in combat. Yeah. So his ability of killing one if he's not in combat and only on on less than a 6 on 2d6 is pretty funny. It's a bit annoying. But for 85 points, that's very cheap for how hard he can hit. You know, 5 attacks, strength 7, -2, 3 damage, re-rolling. He's great. He's great, to be honest. In the casual game I played, he pretty much wiped out most of unit of 10 termies. Damage 3 is great. Yeah, damage 3 is great. I think Khan's really strong. He's almost an auto take. He's almost an auto take at that point because he's just so cheap. Do I want to put him in S? Is he guaranteed every list ever? Arguably should go up in points. 85 points is pretty cheap, but he's only 5 wounds. I think if he went to 100, you'd still take him. Which is going to make me put him in S, to be honest. That's going to make me put him in S. Because I think you'd still take him if he was 100 points. I don't think he's broken. His get back up is good. No, I don't think he's broken. I think broken is a separate tier, right? I think S is like, you're going to take him every game. I think you've not got Khan in your list. You played it wrong. I think that's a good tier. I think S is a good tier for him, to be honest. We've got Lord Invo. I'm just going to put him there while we talk about him. Moves 10, toughness 6, 3+4 plus invuln, 8 wounds, OC 2, scout 6, and deep strike. And deep strike. He has the Coward's Bane and Bladed Horn. So Coward's Bane is strength 6 -2, 2 damage with dev wounds, which is nice. It's a shame Gorechild doesn't have dev wounds, but there we go. And then the Bladed Horn, strength 6 -1, 2 damage. It can be attached to 8-bound, Exalted 8-bound, or Corn Berserkers. And whilst he's leading a unit that has deep strike, and each one of that unit makes... Whilst he's modeling the unit, models in that unit have the deep strike ability. Missed that bit. So he gives deep strike. He gives out deep strike. That's pretty nice. And has scout. And each time a model in that unit makes a normal, advance, or fallback or charge move, it can move horizontally through models and terrain features when making normal, advance, or fallback moves, models in that unit. So it basically gives fly and infantry to any unit. That's a really good ability. Give out Deep Strike, and then he himself can fly through walls because he's mounted. So normally he can't, but Fire Riders lets him, essentially gives him fly. Does he have fly naturally anymore? He does not. Essentially lets him teleport through walls. And he can lead 20 berserkers, yeah. So you could rapid ingress 20 berserkers that can just... Well, I mean, they can go through walls anyway, but he can't. Each enemy's model ends a charge move. Select one enemy unit with engagement range. Roll a d6. On 2 to 3, you take 1 more wound. On 4 5, take d3. On 6, take d3 plus 3. He's really good. How many points is he, Lord Invo? Lord Invo is 110 points. 110 points for a bit of a beat stick at T6. Give Scout and Deep Strike. He's great. He's very good. I think I'm pretty happy putting him up there. That's a very good character. 110 points just to give out Deep Strike. He's auto take, yeah. Yeah, you can Deep Strike. I know a lot of people aren't going to be taking 8-bound anymore before we get a little spoiler. But being able to Deep Strike anything... He'll go up in points. I agree. That's why he's going to live up there on S tier. Khan arguably better, maybe. Maybe not. Yo! Walking Dead, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Thanks for the 46 months. Holy shit. Thank you very much for the 46 months, bud. I appreciate you so much. Can he Deep Strike Terminators? No, he can't attach to them, I'm afraid. So, Invo and Khan, I think, are just 200 points of a World Eaters list that you'll always have. Currently, you start a World Eaters list, and it's 1,800 points because you've got Khan and Invo already in the list. That's how good they are, I think. That's how good they are. So we've got 4 more characters, sorry, but we've got 2 more small characters, not Demon Princes, to look at. We've got the Lord and Juggernaut. Now, the Lord and Juggernaut is going to set you back 90 points. So 5 points more than Khan. Does he bring 5 points more to the table? That's the question. That's the question. So he comes with the Plasma Pistol. He's got the Exalted Chain Blade, Strength 6 -1, 2 damage, and then Bladed Horn, which is fine. 7 attacks, which is pretty fun. He can also attach to 8-bound and Con Berserkers. And whilst his models lead the unit, models of that unit have a move characteristic of 10. And they can move through terrain. Wow. Also, each of these model units set to fight use ability when determining models which can unit are eligible to fight. Any models that are within 3 inches of one of any models are eligible to fight. When resolving those attacks, such models can target one of those enemies within 3 inches and within engagement range of their unit. Yep. Yup. Yup. Oh my god. World Eaters just has cracked characters. Angron took it on the chin so everyone else could fly. Quite literally. Everyone else could teleport through walls. 90 points to give move 10? Holy shit, dude. Arguably the best, and the 3-inch engagement range, essentially. Being able to fight 3 inches means if you attach him to a unit of 20 Corn Berserkers, a lot of them are fighting. Most of them, if not all of them. That, with a move 10 and go through walls, or go through terrain features, that is insanely good. Because what they've done, essentially, with all these rules, is gone, well, we've got these Lords of Juggernaut, but we've got no Chaos Lord. So we'll just give the Juggernaut walk through walls so it's not awkward to play. That's essentially what they've said with these 2 models. And Bloodstead, yeah, which we'll get onto. They are some cracked characters, honestly. They are absolutely cracked. They are like bananas good. Bananas good characters. They're so, so good. Can't believe World League players are crying. These characters are on steroids, bro. Right, Master of Execution now. Before we go on to the Demon Princes, Master of Execution are going to set you back a whopping 60 points. A whopping 60 points. So a perfect enhancement holder. Buy 8 bound hello, multiple massive Zerker units. Yeah, literally. So the Master of Execution, bolt pistol, axe of dismemberment, precision with dead wound, strength 7 mana 2/2 damage. Now, as well as modeling the unit, you can re-roll advanced rolls. And each time you make a blood surge move, you can re-roll a d6. Obviously, blood surges, when you are targeted by a shooting attack, you can move d6 towards the enemy. This is going to let you re-roll that distance, which is nice. And each time this model makes a melee attack targets a character, you can re-roll a hit and wound roll. And if you destroy a character, you gain 1 command point, which is obviously pretty good. Now, the problem is the Master Execution is he's lost the fight first ability, which obviously made him a bit nuts. And obviously, re-roll advanced rolls, you can't advance and charge either, which is obviously a little bit of an issue. D6 plus 2 for Berserkers, which is obviously really good, because obviously they get plus 2 move now. So, re-roll advanced rolls is good. Re-rolling the blood surge move is good. Re-rolling hits and wounds of characters is good, and getting CP is great. But losing fight first is a bit annoying. And then the fact that you're comparing it to like these models up here, he's decent. Decent at best. He's good to drop an enhancement on because he's very cheap at 60 points. That's what's keeping him good. He's only 60. I think that's great. I think that's a really good points value for a small little choppy character. Remember when characters used to be like 150? Now because like for 20 points more you can take Khan, and you probably will. You know what I mean? For 20 points more you'll take Khan. It might even be situational for an enhancement. He might even be situational. I heard having to deal with Khan and Master Execution with 10 Berserkers. Yeah, Master Execution with 5 first was a bit brutal. But it's one trick that they had, right? It wasn't crazy. I think Master Execution might be situational because most of the time you'll take Khan. It's literally if you want an enhancement. And you can't afford to put it on a Juggernaut. Right? Really? I think just because he's cheap is like high C, low B. We'll see how it plays out. I might end up moving him. He might go up to like low B, but I think situational is probably right because it's literally if there's an enhancement you want on him. Can Master of Execution join a unit led by one of the others? No, he can only attach to Con Berserkers, and that is your one leader slot. He can't double it. If he could double attach, yeah, decent. If he was like a sub character, a sub leader, he would actually be like really interesting, but he's not. So situational. All right, Demon Prince, the first one, the one on foot. Let's have a look what he does. He gets load operative within 3, which we've seen quite a lot now. He moves 10. He's toughness 10 with 10 wounds. He's got Infernal Cannon and Hellforged weapons. Pretty standard. 8 attack, strength 8, -2, 3 damage. Pretty standard shit. Each time he makes a charge move, he gains devastating wounds, which is pretty fun. He's pretty fun. And then once a battle round, one model from your army with his ability to use this with a friendly world unit within 12 of the models targeted with the stratagem. Reduces CP cost by 1. I like that the Demon Princes for Khorne and Nurgle have basically become a little hype tyrant for like tyranids, which is pretty fun. They're basically the 12-inch aura is nice to make all your command points cheaper because you are relying on charges a lot more in this book. I think command point reroll charges is suddenly super good. Because you are going to be spending a lot of command points. When you fail a charge, you need to make charges. You can't let people fail charges. So you're going to be command point rerolling a lot. So I think command point buffs is actually going to be really strong in this book. I think it's going to be really strong. So I think the Demon Prince is A. I think it's pretty good. How many points is he before I finalize where it goes? And nothing's finalized anyway. Oh, it's 200 points. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. 200 points. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Never mind. Never mind. Command point farm is great. Devastating wounds is fine. Blown up is fine. Yeah, he's not strong. His ability's good, and you do want it, but he's expensive. He's very expensive. 200 points, I feel, is a little high. He's pretty good. He's not in every list guaranteed, and he's not going to show up in a lot of lists. But when he's there, he's going to be a bit good, you know? So I think, yeah, 200 points. If he was like 170, 180, I'd be like, yeah, he's pretty strong. Similar price to Hive Tyrant, similar defensive stats. It's essentially, I feel like Demon Prince on foot is essentially becoming a Hive Tyrant. You know, like in terms of like play style and idea in a list, that's the same thing. You know, essentially he's got the same defense, same points, same defensive profile, same ability. He's a Hive Tyrant. Speaking of Hive Tyrant with wings. Hive Tyrant with wings now. So these are 180. They move 14 with fly, obviously. T9, so you lose a point in toughness. You're going to want to put an enhancement on the princes as well, so they go up even higher. Yeah, I'm not even considering the price of enhancements right now. So yeah, he's very expensive. Same weapon profile, but his abilities this time are obviously deep strike, because he can fly. And then, at the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within range must take a battle shock test. Ugh. -1 if you're below half strength. Oh, no. Oh, no. Each time's more a null move or advanced move except one of your unit that moved over and roll 6d6. For each 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 more wound. You know, is he trash? Yeah, I think he's a bit poo. The flying over's fine, but it's usually you want to... It's like 66, so you're going to do 3 more wounds. No, trash. He's actually going to stay there, chat. The Winged Demon Prince. Actually poo. Actually poo. Take a battle shot test, subtracting 1 for that test if the enemy is below half strength. Great, cool. Love that for me. Brilliant. Brilliant. Nah, I don't care. He's a bit poo. I don't think you should be taking a Demon Prince of Wings in World Eaters, even if they have the coolest head. You know, they look the coolest. Battle Shock is great if you play NIDs. Yeah, if you've got things that benefit or like act with Battle Shock, such as like leadership modifiers, etc. If Battle Shock, then this, it's great. But if it's just a random ability that's like, oh, you cause Battle Shock, is a bit great. You really need to lean into mechanical for it to be a factor, like army rolls, unit rolls, weapons, all affecting Battle Shock. Yeah, exactly. There's not, it's like, okay, the Battle Shock, right? They can't use Armor of Contempt. Great, okay, cool. He's trash. He's trash. Now, one that people have been saying is not trash is the Slaughterbound, which is obviously the new character for 8-bound. He's 85 points, which is quite cheap. Same price as Khan, right? Move 10, T6, has 6 attack, strength 8, -2 damage, which personally I think is a bit weak for like, he has 8 bloodthirsters in his tits, you know? Every time he squeezes, he pops out another bloodthirster. But he's only 8 attacks at damage, strength 8 and damage 2, with 6 attacks even. He can attach to either 8-bound, he gains deep strike or scout accordingly. Now, whilst he's leading the unit, you can return a bodyguard to that model in the command phase, which is fine. It's fine. Blood 30 tits. Yeah, literally me. And then once a battle has started the fight phase, the model uses ability. If it does so, until the end of the phase, add 3 to the attacks characteristics in the melee weapon, so going up to 9, and devastating wounds. You know? I think he's quite cheap as a character that can just run around by himself. You know? as a character that can run around by himself, that it's like he's alright. I don't think he's that good. I think he's decent. You know, I don't think you're taking him to add him into an 8-bound unit. I actually think you're taking him as a little annoying character to do actions and to hold an objective on his own. For not a lot of points. Yeah, he's cheap. He's cheap. He does actions. He does containment great. You know, he does area denial great because he's only 85 points. You can do the same with Spawn, and they're arguably, there's 2 of them, maybe a little bit better, I don't know. The ones for battle abilities kind of carrying him to give him 9 attacks and dev wounds. But I feel like, yeah, like if he had like lethal on his weapon, if he had sustained on his weapon or something, I just feel like it's a little lacking without the once per game ability. But he's quite cheap. Again, 85 points. He's quite fast at move 10. The move 10 and then being able to really hold his own right when he needs it is actually good. But once he's done that, he is a bit rubbish. He is a little rubbish after that. I don't think, again, like I said, I don't think you actually take him to attach to 8-bound. Because I think 8-bound not very good. I don't think, oh, I can bring an 8-bound back. Great, okay, why'd you lose one? You know? So I think decent. Decent is probably where he's at. He's fine. He's fine. He's not in every list. I don't think you need him. But if you got one, he's going to do stuff. Not like taking Demon Prince of Wings that does maybe 3 more wounds. And Battle Shock something. Okay, speaking of 8-bound, we've got 8-bound up next. So we've got normal 8-bound to start with. App is updated now for World Eaters, Death Guard, and Emperor's Children FAQ. Oh, nice. I don't think I ever read the Emperor's Children FAQ. I'll try and remember to have a look at it. Have we got a World Eaters or Death Guard FAQ? Have I moved? No, I've just been redoing my the same room. I've been decorating. I talk about it a lot at the start of the stream if you're super interested, but essentially, long story short, I've decorated. I'm not quite finished yet, though. Just joining, was a quick drama recap. I was talking about boycotting World of Warhammer Championships and the Ionic Smart Colors stuff. Feel free to rewind, though. You're watching live, so I'm live now, but you are more than welcome to rewind to the bit that you want. I'm just trying to reload Warhammer community downloads, but it's not working. Never mind. 8-bound. So 8-bound, now they've had all of their weapons consolidated into one. Which means you don't have any, like, pocket 3 damage, which is a bit annoying. It basically means they have Power Fist. They have Power Fist. That is it. Which is obviously an issue. There's a Death Guard FAQ. Oh, cool. I can't read it on the website. It's not seem to have come up yet. So they're Power Fist, which means their output is now quite limited. Because they don't have any random pocket weapons that they can play with. But it says, while a friendly World Eaters unit is within 6 of this unit, each time one of that unit makes a melee attack that targets a unit, excluding monsters or vehicles, add 1 to the hit roll. So whilst they're near together, they get +1 to hit and give other stuff +1 to hit. And if that attack targets you is below half strength, including monster and vehicles, you get +1 to wound. So giving out a little aura of +1 to hit, +1 to wound is pretty good. It's pretty good, to be honest. It's a good ability. They move 10 flat now, as we've mentioned, which is also very nice. And then 8-bound, I'm going to set you back 150. Oh, 150 points for 3. Now, they're not slouchers. They've got 15 attacks for a unit of 3. They're T6, wounds 3, scout 6. So they're moving 16, turn 1, which is obviously pretty good. No advance and charge, which everyone's going to cry at. But 150 for 3 or 300 for 6. You have to look at 8-man and go, would I take these or would I take 3 Death Shroud? And it would be 3 Death Shroud every day. So I think... Are they like here? The aura is great. +1 to hit and +1 to wound is great. But they're only 3 wounds. Are these points what GW have sent you? Yes. They are the updated mandatory field manual points. They're like low B. They're a low B. The aura's nice. The aura is carrying. I see what people's problems with World Eaters is now. They got S tier characters and then crap units to put them on. They're situational, aren't they? Let's be honest. The buff is great, but you want them to get in wreck stuff. If they were cheaper, they'd be like insanely good. But 150 points for 3 for an aura, because then you're going to be like, because they're 150 points, you've kind of got to make their points back. So you're going to have to charge them into combat, and then they'll die. They'll hit once and die. What's the combo play with them? Which character's turbo, though? So you can attach the Slaughterbound to them, which is going to let you revive 1. Cool. You can attach the Juggernauts to them, so you can get 3-inch engagement, which is you don't need because there's only 6 of them. And then the other one is going to give you Deep Strike. You could give them Deep Strike. I don't care. No. Yeah, they're counterintuitive. That you want to throw them in, but then they'll die. But you really want them for the buff, but they're too expensive for it. Yeah, 5 attacks. 5 attacks at hitting on 3s is decent, but it's not great. Yeah, the damage too is the problem because they're not hitting stuff. As soon as they hit -1 damage or feel no pain, they're not killing anything. You know. Okay, so let's have a look at their distorted brothers, the Exalted 8-man now. So same profile, but their melee weapons are chain blades. So they lose out on 1 attack, but instead they gain AP and anti-monster and anti-vehicle 3+. Their weapon skill 3. And they don't get the +1 to hit themselves. Yeah, just for reference, for the 8-man ability, it says, while the friendly World Eaters unit is within 6 inches of this unit, each time modeling that unit makes a melee attack add 1 to hit. They buff other units, not themselves. Just for reference, before we move on to the Exalted 8-man. So yeah, situational at best. If they're the same points as Flawless Blades, you take them. How many points are Flawless again? 130? Yeah, 130, I'd be a lot more interested. It's the extra 20, because everything, if you think, if every unit came down 20 points, that's probably another unit in your list. So Exalted 8-bound, as you mentioned, they essentially have Chain Fist, Anti-Monster 3, Anti-Vehicle 3, only 4 attacks, but AP 3 and 2 damage. Again, the 2 damage is a bit lackluster. It'd be nice if they got like a critical wound is an extra damage or something like that on these. I think that'd be quite a fun ability. Because you're rolling loads of attacks, so you get like... If you roll a 6 to wound, it's 3 damage. It's the 2 damage, which is pretty. If every unit was 20 less, you could afford that Demon Prince. Yeah, literally. And then each time an enemy monster or vehicle unit with engagement range of 1 or more units on your arm with this ability falls back, you must take a desperate escape test. I'm really starting to see it. I'm really starting to see it. I'm really starting to see why World Eaters players are really mad. They have Deep Strike, but they force monsters and vehicles to make desperate escape tests. Which is great. Which is great, but why are you surviving, bro? Why are you surviving? Yeah, you can just live here, bro. Dan, you can live there, bro. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Oh, dear. Chat, it's a shooting army. Don't worry about it. Eight-bound in the Berserker Warband have been real good for me. They buff everything around, including themselves, and hit at strength 6. 6 attacks, strength 10. Yeah, I think 8-bound are situational, so in that detachment they'll be great. But I don't know if that detachment is very good. You know? Alright, boys, the big one. It's Khorne Berserker time. So Khorne Berserkers now, interestingly, are now units of 10. You can't take them in 5. I don't know if you could take them in units of 5, but you take them in units of 10 or 20 at 180 or 360 respectively. So units of 20 Khorne Berserkers, suddenly pretty interesting. So they obviously have bolt pistols and plasma pistols. They have chain blades and cord eviscerators. Now the downside is they're only strength 4 with their chain blades. And then the cord eviscerator is strength 8 minus 2 damage. So that's the problem. Essentially, the chain blade is a chain sword. It's strength 4 AP 1. Now, obviously, the main detachment for Khorne Berserkers, the main being the index detachment, they essentially are Blood Angels. They get +2 strength, +1 attack on the charge, which suddenly puts them back up to strength 6, which is probably where you want to be running them. But this is a unit tier list, not a detachment tier list. So you're going to have to look at them as if they're strength 4. So obviously, you can take the champion of the plasma pistol. For every 5 models, you can take a plasma pistol. For every 5 models, you can take a eviscerator. So you're going to have 4 eviscerators, 4 plasma pistols, and then a plasma pistol on the sergeant. So they're actually quite shooty. 5 plasma pistols is pretty fun. And then you can take the Icon of Khorne, which is going to, every time you destroy a unit, you get a bloodshed point. Each time you make a Blessing of Khorne roll 1 additional d6 for each bloodshed point you have, after which all your bloodshed points are lost. So after a Khorne Berserker unit does its thing, you're probably going to be rolling 2 to 3 extra blood tithe dice, which is pretty nice in the blessings. So their Blood Surge move is, as I've mentioned, in your opponent's shooting phase, each time an enemy unit is shot, if any monster in this unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, and now obviously being 20 is a lot less devastating, you can make a Blood Surge move. To do so, roll 1d6 and add 2 to the roll. Models in this unit move a number of inches up to the result, but this unit must end that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. And when doing so, you can be moved into engagement range. So being able to shoot Khorne Berserkers is not always the benefit you think it is, because they might end up consolidating or blood surging into a friendly unit, and then that unit gets chopped up. Because they don't count as charging, but they're in combat, so that means they'll be fighting before you do. Unless you counter-charge them, which is never fun. So obviously they move 8 now. They're pretty good with 4 and 3 attacks respectively, with some pretty decent weapons. Having, what did we say, 5 eviscerators, so 15 strength 8 minus 2 damage attacks. And then the rest of them having chain blades at 4 attacks, at usually strength 4, likely strength 6, right? Because obviously even then the cord eviscerator is going to be strength 10 minus 2 damage. Now they move 8, but as I said, we've got 3 S tier characters to think about. We've got Lord Inver, which is going to give you Deep Strike. We've got the Lord on Juggernaut, which is going to give them move 10, which is obviously crazy, and 3-inch engagement for a unit of 20, which is insanely good. And then Khan the Betrayer is going to give you reroll hits and reroll wounds of 1. That puts these bad boys here. On their own, pretty good. With an S tier character, they go here, right? When they are attached. As a unit by themselves, though, they are strong. You are I would probably suspect to see 2 units of 20 Khorne Berserkers as a standard. You know? I think 2 is like a minimum. Because that is, what, 700 points plus 2 characters. So 900 points of your army. But that is horrible. That is horrible, bro. Now, you could take units of 10, which is also good. Obviously, taking units of 10 is going to be really good, to be honest. But units of 20 are scary when you can deep strike them. Can you scout them? Did we say we can scout them? No, but you can move 10. So they become extremely fast. They can reroll advanced rolls. You can reroll surge moves with that move 10 as well. With the Lord and Juggernaut. You can make them extremely choppy, or you can deep strike them, which is all good. And the battle line, yeah. So you can take six. You can take 120 if you wanted to. I don't think that works. No, but you can fit 120. How many points is 120 core berserkers? 360 times 6. You probably ain't fitting it in. Or would you? $360 times 6. No, you can't fit 100. You can fit 100 in. Maybe 110. 2,160 points for 120. So if you ran 100, what's that? 1,500 odd points? 1,800 points. 100 berserkers and 2 characters. Use Khan and the Lord on Juggernaut sorted. That's your 2,000 point list. I know you're not doing this, but you can have them inside a scouting rhino. Scout 9, get out 3, and move 8. That is also good, yeah. It's obviously we can't go, oh, they're always going to be strength 6. It's that we can consider there's a lot of buffs. You can consider there's a lot of buffs, yeah. So scouting rhino, getting out, because the rhino detachment is arguably the best one, I would say. What's it called again? The vehicle detachment. Gore track onslaught. Each time while each unit from your army disembarks from a transport until the end of the turn, add 1 to charge rolls and gain lance. That's really good. Really, really strong. And all the strats are really good as well. So I think the Gore track detachment is arguably the best one. So you're probably wanting to run Corn Berserkers in 10s in that detachment, but I think 30 to 40 Berserkers is probably a standard. Especially 3 Hellbrutes. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Corn Berserkers, very, very good. The units of 20 are really scary, but obviously if you're still running in 10s, they're still horrific. The only downside is a lost fight first and mass execution. So next up, Terminators, baby. The lonely Chaos Terminator. Move 7, because they're fast as fuck, and they can take all the usual stuff. I'm not going to go through the loadouts, everyone kind of knows it. They're 3 wounds, 2 or 4 up, and then their blood fury is each time one of these makes a range attack that targets a close enemy unit, you can reroll a hit roll. Each time this unit declares a charge that targets a close enemy unit, you can reroll the charge roll. That's pretty fun. Rerolling the charge against the closest target is nice because you're usually going to be charging the closest target. So they essentially have reroll charges, which is pretty nice. Now the downside is they lost ballistic skill. They lost ballistic skill, but they have rapid fire 4 on them bolters. You know? So everything has rapid fire, but they are ballistic skill 4. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that. It's kind of like the core berserkers are like shoot from the hip. They shoot loads, but they hit on 4s, which I actually don't think it's a problem, because I think hitting on 4s with more shots is better than less shots hitting on 3s. Now the Terminators are 185 or 370 for 10. The always rerolling charges is nice. They're decent in combat because they're Terminators. They're pretty tanky. I would say they're a little situational as well. Because I think the problem is all the units are situational. They've all got like a bit of a place, but they're not crazy expensive, but they're a good chunk of your list for what they are. So I don't think you're going to be taking them in every list. I love the rapid fire design philosophy for World Eater shooting. I think it's pretty fun. It's kind of just like they're just mashing the trigger. The nails are biting as they keep mashing the triggers. They're running at people. That is quite fun. I know a lot of people are quite angry about it. World Eater players are just like, I want to charge, and I get that. But also, just the mad, frantic shooting as they're charging towards you is quite funny. You know, that is quite funny, to be honest. So yeah, I think Terminators, a little situational as well. I might end up moving situational to decent, because I don't think the Terminators are bad. I just think they're a bit of a chunk. You know? They're decent. It'd be nice if they got like better weapons or something. But again, there's a lot of damage 2 here. And as we know, damage 2 is slowly becoming the damage 1. And damage 3 is the new damage 2. So next up we got jackals. So these are the cultist equivalent that you have now. You don't have access to cultist. So move 7, toughness 4, OC 1. These aren't battle line unless you take them in a specific detachment. They've got chain blades, paired manglers, mauler chain blade, and skull smasher mangler. You can take them in 10s or 20s, I think. Yeah, 10s or 20s. Their abilities: objectives ravaged, you gain sticky. And if you have an icon of corn, it's the same. It's the bloodshed points if you manage to kill a unit, which is, let's be honest with jackals, not mega likely. Not mega likely, but if they do kill something, you get extra blessings of corn roll. Jackals are going to set you back 65 points or 140 for 20. I think you're going to see these quite a lot as just an objective home grabber, to be honest. I think a jackal is a pretty standard in the list just to hold a home objective, because I think they're just really cheap. 65 points. They're 5 points more than a master execution. You know? And that changed across all icons. It used to be auto reroll blessing, but now you have to kill something to get it. Yeah, so now you get kill something, you get extra dice. Which is a cool ability. It's just the jackal as a unit isn't going to get it super often like a Khorne Berserker will. So yeah, they're really cheap. They're really, really cheap. And they're just decent, you know. They don't have a feel no pain. I think they used to have a feel no pain if I remember correctly. So they are just cultists. So you're just going to use them as a home objective. Maybe use them as a screen. They're pretty good. They're just really cheap. Really, really cheap. Now, the new unit, in inverted commas, is the good one, the Goremongers. So this is the kill team. Now, Goremongers are going to set you back not a lot of points, I don't think. Goremongers, 85 points for 8. So also very cheap. They have Infiltrate. They have Infiltrate. They're T4, move 9, Infiltrate. They've got some auto pistols and a blood harpoon. And then they've got some chain blades. And then they have low ping speed. Once per turn when enemy unit and a normal advance or 4 block move within 9, you can make a move up to D6. They are really good. Not because they are good in combat, because they're not that great in combat. Not because they're fast, because they are quite fast. And not for their ability. Their ability, the fact that they can infiltrate, is crazy good. It's crazy good. I think the Goremongers are the perfect ultimate support unit for a Khorne army. Because obviously the main problem that Khorne has is screens, you know. The main problem that Khorne Berserkers have is screens. So your opponent being able to infiltrate 5 scouts in a particular place that's in front of their thing is super annoying, and you usually have to do something about it, such as a very expensive unit charging scouts. Now you can charge in a fairly cheap unit that's alright in combat to try and get rid of them, or you can just try and infiltrate first where you know you want to send your army forward. And they're very cheap, so they can do early area denial, they can do early recover assets, etc. They're just a real nice little toolbox that I think World Eaters were really missing. Now, I think a lot of people are like, well, infiltrate, why has everyone got infiltrate? But I think they could have given them scout, but scout is just a worse infiltrate. And I think World Eaters have a lot of access to scout already. So I think just having one little cheap unit, which is really shit, to be honest. It's a bit of a shit unit, but it's cheap, and it's just going to be able to do its one job, which is either stop your opponent getting in the way or doing an early action, you know, and then die. That's pretty much what they're going to do every game, let's be honest. But they're really good at, what, 80 points, did we say? 85 points? 85 points. Yeah, they're great. They're like the perfect support unit for this army, which is it was desperately missing. So they're really, really good. They're really, really good. But they're just like, they're not strong because they do much. It's just they support everything else. You know, they support the other things really well. Chaos Sport next. D6 plus 4 scout. D6 plus 4 attacks. Scout 8 with a filler pain and advance and charge. This is a great unit. No invulnerable, but filler pain, obviously. Pretty good in combat. Strength 5, -1/2 damage. Advance and charge with a scout. They are one of your fastest units on paper. And they are 80 points. Arguably low S tier. Arguably low S tier. They're OC1, not OC0, so they can hold objectives. They can do actions. They can go and be annoying to your opponent. They are such a good unit that the only reason that Goremongers are lower is because they just don't survive as long, you know? So yeah, 80 points for 2 models that are OC1. They can go and terraform early, same with like the Goremongers. They scout 8, so they're moving minimum 18, a minimum of 19, you know? A minimum of 19 turn 1 if you go first. Because you scout 8, you move 10, and you advance. Because you can charge still. So they can be a really cool early get wrecked, you know? Deal with these little fuckers, kill some screens, etc. They can go and do actions really, really easily because they move 10 with essentially an 18-inch move, turn 1, like we mentioned. Gotta beat a Mikey minimum. Minimum 19 inches. Great unit. Great unit. Yeah, they're just really cheap. Arguably, you're going to take 1 every list. You might even take 2, and no one would bat an eye if you took 3. These in the Berserker Warband with D6 plus 5. Or D6 plus 5? I mean, oh, yeah, of course. Because in the Berserker Warband, they're getting plus 2 strength, plus 1 attack. So D6 plus 5, strength 7, AP 2 is good. Is there any strats you can drop on them as well if you went for an early turn 1 slapfest in the Berserker Warband? Give him sticky if you kill a unit, which is pretty funny. Increase the AP by 1, so become AP 3. Give him -1 damage for 2 CP, which is going to make him super survivable. And if you can manage to kill a monster or character, you can do a quick blessings roll. So yeah, extra AP and then -1 damage. Now, obviously, -1 damage is going to be a bit difficult because it's 2 CP. But if it goes off, it's really clutch. That's a really, really good unit. Yeah. I think most Khorne players are going to be running 2 or 3 for 80 points all day. No, they're only strength 5 or strength 7 on the charge with Berserker Warband. But it's the fact that they've got minimum 6 attacks on the charge in that detachment. 6 to 11 attacks, which is pretty fun. And they've just they only hit on 4s, but they're just really nice for how many points you're paying. I'll spawn the new 8-band. I think so. I will say that, yeah, spawn might be the new 8-band now. Okay, next up we got the Hellbrute. The Hellbrute is move 9, T9, 2-up save, 8 wounds with OC3. And he's going to set you back a rough, and by rough I mean exactly, 120 points. Also, more attacks with less weapons because it's good trade because sustained lethals on Blessing of Khorne. Yeah, the spawn can get sustained and lethal as well, which is pretty fun. Pretty fun. So the Hellbrute has a couple of rules. Each small is equipped with 2 melee weapons. You get +2 attacks. So with 2 melee weapons, it's going to be 8 attacks. Obviously 9 with the Berserker Warband, for example. And in your opponent's shooting phase and in the fight phase, each time an enemy unit targets this model, after the unit is finished making its attacks, this model can either shoot or fight, but when resolving, it can only target that enemy unit and only if it's eligible. So it has double shoot or even infinite shoot, infinite fight if it keeps getting hit. You know, if it keeps getting shot. Because these are going to be a bit annoying because you don't want to shoot them because they shoot you back. And you don't want to fight them because they'll fight you back if you don't kill it. And as we mentioned, they are ballistic skill 4 across the board. But this is where it gets pretty weird because the missile launcher has rapid fire. The multi-melter has rapid fire. The auto cannons have rapid fire too. The heavy bolter has rapid fire too with sustained. And the twin las cannon has rapid fire as well. So this is where we're seeing the trigger happy a lot on the vehicles, and which is why a lot of people are saying that World Eaters are a shooting army. Like, again, the combi bolter is 2 shots, rapid fire 4. Which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So you can just have these as just like your little transport poppers, your little crappy unit in the middle that you don't want to deal with. I think World Eaters are obviously very good in combat, but I do think taking a bit of a mix is obviously more ideal, and now it's way more worth it, you know? So 120 points, 120 points, quite cheap, decent weapons, rapid fire and everything. Double shoot back every time he gets shot if he doesn't die. Stick him in cover. And he's got... Oh, he doesn't have the smoke keyword. Stick him in cover. He's super annoying to kill. I mean, he's decent. I mean, they're decent. I think they're pretty good. I think, obviously, with buffs from detachments, they can become a little bit more insane. But I'd say they're pretty decent. I think you're suddenly starting to consider them, whereas before you wouldn't at all. Would you like one of them? Would you like 3 8-bound or 1 dreadnought with change? You know? 3 8-bound or 1 dreadnought with change. Because they're cheaper. And I think you would take one every day. Until the fight gets capped with the consolidate 6 inches blessing is very nice. Will the fight on Death get capped? The fight again get capped, sorry. Eight man go through walls. That's a very good point. Smash through 1 CP in the Gortrak Onslaught. World Eater's vehicle army has not been selected as a move. It can go through no terrain features. So now the Hellbrute can. Answer this one, liberal. So yeah, so Hellbrutes can also go through walls in the right detachment, which is pretty fun. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I pressed back by accident. Oh, all my things have gone wrong now. Oh, yeah, press shift. That's right. I thought I just lost all my work. I was going to be like, right, chat, what was it? What was this one again? So yeah, I think decent, quite cheap, got some good strats, got a good unit ability, very good, cool unit. Stick it in cover, it's going to be super annoying to deal with. Okay, next up we got the Defiler. The Defiler. Defiler? I barely know her. Right, okay, the ability on this, well, is move 10, toughness 10, 3 up 5 up with 14 wounds, so pretty tough. The Defiler is 180 points. I'm not too excited about it reading that many points. It can go over monster vehicles and terrain that are less than 4 inches in height. And at the end of your movement phase, at the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can select one unit that was set up on the battlefield within 12 inches of this model. This can either shoot at that unit if it's eligible, or declare a charge. Okay, so it's got a 12-inch heroic intervention. That's a pretty funny ability. That is a pretty funny ability. Now, obviously, everything is hitting on 4s in shooting. But it all has rapid fire. The Defiler cannon is D6 plus 3, rapid fire 3, which is pretty funny. Strength 10 minus 1 for 3 damage. What else has it? What else has it? Reporter cannon at rapid fire 4, so it doubles its shots. Pretty fun. 180 points. 180 points. A very good ability. But realistically, you're never taking one. But I think it's better than 8-bound. Is it trash or is it insanely situational, chat? I feel bad because the ability is really good. It's just huge. It's absolutely huge. And it's kind of... It's not expensive, I would say. It's just huge. I think the problem is it's too big. The model is tortured to hide. Yeah, okay. High B, low C. It's no soul grinder. You're so right. You're so right, dude. You're so right. It has reason to exist. Yeah. It's better than 8-bound and a Demon Prince, but I think I'd still prefer to take Angron over him, you know? And I don't think there's a world where you go, oh, actually, in this list, I might run a Defiler. Because there's times you'll go, oh, I might run some 8-bound, because they've got that good ability. They're a bit expensive, but fine. You might go, I might run some Terminators. You might go, I might run Angron, because he does hit like a truck. But I don't think there's a world where you go, you know what, I might run a Defiler. I think you run a Defiler because it's kind of funny. I feel like other vehicles do shooting melee better than Defiler. Yeah, of course. That's why it's at the bottom of the tier list. But I think, yeah, I don't think you run a Defiler thinking it's good. I think you run a Defiler because it's got a funny ability. How survivable is it? I mean, it's toughness 10, 14 wounds, 3 up, 5 up save. I run in Demon can have run 1 8-bound unit, so my prince has some infantry to hide behind. Yeah, exactly. Situational. Quite literally. By definition. Okay, the Land Raider next up. The Land Raider is a Land Raider. I think he's got the Land Raider points. 240 points. The difference is he now hits on 4s and his Soul Shatter las cannons are rapid fire 2. Rapid fire 2. It's fine. It shoots pretty well. And it's a Land Raider. Do you actually need it in this list? No. Probably situational. I don't think you're running one. It's decent shooting. It's like low B, high C. If you've got one, you're not going to complain about it, but you're probably not going to run one loads. Pretty good in the transport detachment, otherwise situational. Yeah, for sure. And again, the thing is with it is the transport detachment is the best one. You can put 8-bound in your Land Raider. Okay, down to trash. I don't think the BS4... I don't think the BS4 is a problem because you've got 4 shots a lot of the time. 8 shots a lot of the time. I would rather 8 shots hitting on 4 than 4 shots hitting on 3s. Personally. So many units in between the lines. Yeah, because I think World Eaters is such a weird army now because they have just such a weird mixture of shooting. It's kind of like orks. It's not quite as many shots and quite as dumb. But it's kind of like orcs and they have really random shooting that you're not really reliant on, but it's nice to have, but you want to be in combat. They're the Chaos Orc faction. Math is mathing good for double shots. Yeah, double shots is just good, actually. You know, double the number of shots by hitting on 4s is just good. I like the Forge Fiend being self-reliant shooting, but I don't like Marines hitting on 4+. Speaking of the Forge Fiend! Yeah, they hit on 4s, but oh my god, are they good? Are they good? Yes. 150 points for 3 ectoplasma cannons, let's be honest. So that is going to be 3d3 plus 3 because of rapid fire plus blast. Hitting on 4, strength 10, minus 3, 3 damage. Now, they don't have an overcharge profile, but it also means they don't have a hazardous profile. And then each time this model makes an attack that targets the closest eligible unit within 18 inches, which is rapid fire range, you can reroll their hit roll. Yes. Big, fat, capital stonks. How is it 150 points, dude? Overwatch full rerolls clapped. Yeah, literally. Shoot a unit of 10. That's what? 3D3 plus 15 shot, plus 9 shots. Rerolling all hits. The same cost as 3 8-pound. Bro. Bro. Never re-added. Oh, Goremongers. Oh, that's what happened when I refreshed it. All my random little units disappeared. Thank you for that. Let me do that. Yeah, the arrangement disappeared. We said the Slaughterbound was decent, and we said the Goremongers were A tier. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate it. Oh. The Forge Fiend's good now because the warehouse is full of them. Yeah, Emperor's Children can't use them, so there's loads on eBay. So yeah, the fact that the Forge Fiend is the same points as the 3 8-bound is just wild. That's a unit, you know. Actually wild. I mean, the autocannon sounds fun at 10 shots each, essentially, in rapid fire. But the ectoplasm cannon at 3 damage all day. All day. All day, bro. Speaking of, we'll cut over to the Mauler Fiend now. It's Punchy Cousin. The Punchy Cousin. It has each challenge Mauler declares a charge that targets one or more units below starting strength. Add 1 to the charge. If it's below half, add 2. Which is pretty nice because you're going to be able to do that with your long range shooting. You're able to actually do damage to stuff to give it +1 or +2 charge. For this, you get 150 points again, so relatively cheap. And then each challenge model makes a melee attack that attacks a unit that's below starting strength. Add 1 to the hit, and then add 1 to the wound if it's below half. With its strength 40 -2 d6 +1, you can essentially make this guy wounded on 2s by hitting on 2s, maybe wounded on 2s by shooting a couple of las cannons into it. And then, yeah, movement 12 with the magma cutter, which also has rapid fire. So if you're within 3, you're getting 3 shots, which is pretty funny. Sorry, 2 magma cutters, you're going to get 6 shots. If you're within 3 inches, you get 6 shots. So you can literally melt or something. If you don't kill it, get +2 charge, so guaranteed. And then +1 to hit and wound. For 150 points, they're really good. They're really good. Are they do they need nerfing? Or are they just strong? I'm arguably thinking about putting them there, actually. Arguably, maybe S. S too much? 150 points for something that moves 12, 3 up, 5 up with 12 wounds. At toughness 10. Just strong. You think better than Corn Berserkers? Six shots in on 4s, yeah. Would you rather have that or a Forge Fiend? A Forge Fiend. But when I've run out of space for Forge Fiends, I'm not going to complain about putting Mauler Fiends in. If someone said you're playing World Eaters tomorrow, you've got 3 Forge Fiends and 3 Mauler Fiends, I'd be like, holy shit, that's a cool list. You know? And then fucking 100 Corn Berserkers. I think if you're going to take 3 of each... I think if you take 3 Forge Fiends, you'd still take a Mauler Fiend. I'll leave him at top of A. Strength 9 means you maybe get through 1 Rhino. I don't think you're taking a Mauler Fiend for the Melters, dude. What I'm saying is you can definitely damage it to get yourself +1 charge and +1 to hit. Just posted a meme about them all being on the server. Oh, sorry, Nick. Who would win? Virgin Tendrils or Chad Melter? Only one, stingy, harmless, scratchly, always a rhino's old paint. I'm gonna go to infantry. Yippee, I did 1-2 damage. Kills one marine. Can you tank shock to give me +1 to hit, please? Chad Melter, ×2. You can give 1 to your bro. Bust open a rhino. Ready to charge the insides, bro. Sorry I could only kill 2 minutes this time. I did 7 damage. Excellent. Let me help you on your anti-tank. I know you struggle against that slightly. Yeah. Melter gun every time. Fuck the tendrils. Tendrils crap. Alright, we've got 5 units left. Couple will be able to smash through. Predator Annihilator. So the Predator Annihilator is the Predator with las cannons. Where is he? There he is. Predator Annihilator is going to set you back 145 points. Both Predators are 145 points. Now, obviously, as we mentioned, BS4 but has rapid fire. The twin las cannon has rapid fire too, even though it's one shot, which is pretty fun. Your ideal list so far is a bunch of characters, 3 forge fiends, and a pile of spawn. And I fucking love it. Alright? My ideal list is the best list, clearly. My ideal list is amazing. Imagine 3 forge fiends, some characters, and some spawn. That's what else do I need? What else do I need, bro? So Predator Annihilator, the abilities on this is each time it makes a this model makes a ranged attack that targets the closest eligible monster or vehicle within 18. You reroll the wound and damage roll. So obviously, if you're in probably rapid fire range, you're rerolling wounds and damage, not hits, which is weird. But it's essentially drive me closer so I can hit them with my last cannon turret. You know, it's very that. So yeah, so PS4, a decent ability. Are you going to be within 18 inches? You move 10, so probably. I think they're decent. I think they're pretty decent. I don't want this. Maybe there. I think they're decent. 145 points. But then again, I'm always going to be taking the Forge Fiend over this. You know, I'm always going to take a Forge Fiend and a Mauler Fiend over a Predator. But they're alright. Yeah, another unit I take over 3-8 bar. World is a shooting army confirmed. Yeah. Do you think C? Give me evidence. Why? I would run this over all of these units. Yeah, I think a World Eater's army is just demon. It shines at close range. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's put it as C. Close range is 24 inch. Yeah, close range is 24 inch. That's where you want them to be. Which isn't exactly hard to get into either. Not ever going to pick them over Forge Fiends. Yeah, that's why they'll... You know how a tier list works, right? This is the best of B. This is the worst of B. No Invon and T10. Yeah, situational. Next! Chaos Predator Destructor. In your sheet phase, if this model is shot, select one of your unit that was hit that's not a monster or vehicle. Until the start of your next turn, you give him -1 to hit. Okay. 145 points. A Predator autocannon is Rapid Fire 6. Rapid Fire 6, dude. Just for that. Rapid Fire 6 at Strength 9 -1, 3 damage is a bit nuts. What's that? 10 shots, 5 hits? That is a bit nuts. So it's bottom of situational. Oh, I've just realised the sponsons don't get rapid fire. Actually, cringe. I'm going to drop it down and say it just for that. I'm going to drop it down one just because I've realised the sponsons don't get rapid fire. And neither does the Havoc launcher. That's actually so poo. I can't believe this. I can't believe I've been slighted. I can't believe I've been slighted. With all bolters, it's 36 plus D6. Did he say all bolters? I suppose, yeah. They're a bit poo. They're like not trash. Because the 3 damage is clutch, but it's only AP1. I don't think they're absolutely awful. I think it'll be a bit annoying. Maybe it is trash. I'll leave it there for now. Let's see what we think. The Lowly Chaos Rhino. What ability do we have on this guy? In your opponent's movement phase, each time a unit is set up or ends a normal advance or fall back move within 9, any units embarked within it can disembark. Chat, is that ability any good? In your opponent's movement phase, what can you? I think this is going to be strat dependent, right? Let's have a look at Gore Track. Oh, that's true. You can get out an OC a Rhino. That's very true. That is very true. You can out OC objectives, which is nice. Why they're moving so close to Rhinos full of core berserkers, though, I don't know. You get Surge and then you can fight. Yeah, but they don't have to shoot the core berserkers. Right? I say they don't surge out of the transport unless you shoot the berserkers. But I suppose if you don't shoot them, they're just stood there. I'm gonna kill you in a minute. Yeah, they're a bit annoying. They are a bit annoying. I don't know if that's S tier. How many points are runners these days? 80? 85? It's a pretty clutch ability in it, you know. It's a little the ability is situational because you'd rather shoot the rhino at range and shoot the shit that gets out of it. But if they manage to, if you have to move within 9 and then you get out, and then they get out, that is a little annoying. So you're not going to be able to like Skype. It's really good for denying like secure no man's land or similar, right? If the rhino's parts on the objective and then your opponent's like, I need to take this objective to get extend or whatever, then you go, right, okay, here's 10 core berserkers and Khan, or similar. They're pretty strong. I don't know if they're S tier. You can also get out of the rhino in heroic. Only if they charge. There's a lot of situations that are like, why would you ever let this happen? You know, like on paper, yeah, it can happen. You know, they can move within 9, then you get out, and then they shoot you because you got out, and then you surge into them, and then you heroic into a different unit or whatever. But is your opponent gonna let you do that? Only an idiot would let you do that, you know? If I move within 9 of a rhino, it's going to be with a unit that can take 10 berserkers on the charge or in combat. Plus, if you surge, you don't count as charging, do you? So you won't get +6, +2. You won't be strength 6 in the berserker warband. I'll let him. Yeah, that's your problem, Deck. You keep letting him do that. Yeah, they didn't make a charge move, so they don't count as charging, so they won't get plus the strength 6, sorry. It's one of those things that's like, if this and happens, it's actually insane. I'm like, yeah, I agree, but is that going to happen? So yeah, A tier. I'll put A. You do use them to give out lands, yeah, which is obviously good. They're not S tier, not like the fucking Emperor's Children ones. The Emperor's Children ones are S tier, hands down. No problem. They are a good unit though, but I don't think they're S. I don't think if I had to choose one of each, I'd take a Forge Fiend or a Rhino. I'm like, I might win with the Rhino. So yeah, Rhino's good. Will these Rhinos reactive where the Emperor's Children is an active ability, so the Emperor's Children is much better? Yeah, for sure. I agree. 30k or 40k Rhino? Either. Pass caring. Right, Helldrake! Up you go, baby. Up you go. S tier. The best joke I've ever had. 200 points, but let me tell you what you get. 20-inch move, T9, has to start in reserve. When it targets you, you can fly, gets +1 to hit. Bro, why are they still putting these in the fucking book, dude? Why do they keep putting these in the book? Just send them to Legends if you don't want people to buy them already. Alright? To be fair, the Hades autocannon, strength 8, -1, 2 damage, 6 shots and rapid fire 4 is pretty funny. But it's poo. It's so poo. Why is it still in the book? Games Workshop, if you don't want people to buy flyers, put them to Legends, alright? You don't have to make them irrelevant first for 17 years and then Legends them. Just bin them off. Just bin them off. Get rid. Helldrake is awful. Stop trying to stop even considering it. Don't even get advance and charge anymore. Even though it moves unlimited. Almost 2 Hellbrutes. Yeah, exactly. What do I want? 1 Helldrake or 2 Hellbrutes? You answer this. Answer that. Okay, finally, the final unit is the Corn Lord of Skulls. Corn Lord of Skulls, which is 505 points. For 505 points. Aircraft can't charge. This one can. This one can because it hovers. Oh, it doesn't have to start in reserve then, does it? Because it has hover. If it can't charge, what's the point of a Helldrake, bro? If it can't charge, what's the point of a Helldrake? If it hovers, it's not an aircraft anymore. It has the aircraft keyword, so shut up. Emperor's Children's got an FAQ that nerfed them from shit to dead. What? Has there been FAQs there that was not posted about? What FAQs have we got? Anyone know? Death Guard and Emperor Children. What sort of updates? Can you post them in the Discord? If it hovers, it loses the aircraft. Man doesn't even play the game. No, I don't play with flyers, bro, because they're fucking awful. Funnily enough, I don't play with the awful units, bro. That's why I keep winning. That's why I stay on top. That's why I stay on top. Right, the Core Lord of Skulls, our final unit. 505 points. At the start of the battle round, if there's models on the battlefield, when you make a Blessings of Corn roll one additional d6. If you take multiple, roll multiple d6s. Each of these model makes a normal move, advance or fall back. He can move through models, excluding Titanic, and terrain that's less than 4 inches in height. When doing so, it can move with engagement range of models, but cannot end. And then it can also move through sections of terrain features on more than 4 inches in height. But if it does so, after its move, roll a d6, roll on a 1. This model is battle shocked. It's an Imperial Knight in terms of movement. This is a huge model, but now it can go through walls by only suffering by becoming battle shocked on a 1. So, which is nice, because it only moves 12, which isn't super fast, to be honest. A Cold Lord of Skulls isn't super fast at move 12. But being able to move through walls is great. Now, as you mentioned, it's BS4, its Demon Gore Cannon is D6 shots with Blast Rapid Fire 3. Its Gore Storm Cannon is D6 plus 3 Rapid Fire 3. Its Hades Gatling Cannon is 12 shots Rapid Fire 6 with Sustained. The Icor Cannon is 2d6 with Rapid Fire 4. And the Skull Halo is 2d6 Rapid Fire 3. All of these guns are D6 or D6 plus 2, 3 or 2 damage, which are all really good profiles. And then obviously it's a monster in combat as well, with strength 16, minus 4, and 8 damage with 6 attacks. Now, on its own, pretty decent. But this is a vehicle that can use all of the strats from the Gore Storm detachment, and I don't think there's any limitations. Gore Track Onslaught. You can spend 1 CP for it to just move through terrain without even considering the Battle Shock. You can... What else can you do? Your opponent's shooting phase just had a model shot. 1 World Eater vehicle from your army is hit by 1 or more of those attacks. You can make a normal move of up to 6. You can just make a 6-inch move. Which is pretty fun. Which is pretty funky. It's just little stuff like that that's like smash through walls and then make extra moves. So you can like put it on terrain to shoot, get shot once, and then move it off the terrain. So now you can't be shot because it's behind. Because it obviously has... With towering, you can tow onto terrain to see over it. But then a 6-inch move can take you off that terrain so they can't see you anymore. Which is obviously really good. It's little stuff like that. They'll make the Cold Lord of Skulls pretty fun. So I think they're pretty decent. I think arguably a little bit worse than a Hellbrew. But I think a Cold Lord of Skulls is decent at best. It's 505 points. But played correctly, this is a bit of a nasty fucker. Toughness 13 with 24 wounds are not easy to take down, and if they keep moving out of line of sight after getting shot once, I honestly think early game, moving it onto terrain to shoot all of those rapid fire guns, getting shot once and then pulling it off the terrain so they can't see you, is great. And then next turn, moving through that terrain to charge, it's actually really good. I think there's a lot of tricks you can play with the Corner Skulls in the... As I mentioned, arguably best detachment. I don't know what the totem detachment does. Cult of Blood. What strats has he got? Let's have a look. Okay, Bloody Vengeance is crap. 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 Oh! Oh, you can change the idol ability. Yeah, the idol, the Cult of Blood detachment is pretty crap. I think that's pretty shit, to be honest. While friendly jackals or goldmongers is within 6 of the model, you add on to hit and wound roll. So you're just buffing the jackals. I don't care. I don't care. Now, Khorne Demonkin is very good. Yeah, Khorne Demonkin is very good, but we're not ranking the demon units today. We are only ranking the actual World Eaters units. Maybe I should have added them now. Wait, can you use Unrelenting Advance to 6-inch move a vehicle out of engagement range if it were in it when it got shot? No, I don't think so, because it says you can make only make a normal move. It doesn't say move the unit 6. It says you can make a normal move of up to 6. So I don't think you can be shot with into the Call of the Skulls and fall out of combat, because that's a full back move, not a normal move. But I think, yeah, the Gore Track Onslaught is great for the Call of the Skulls, to be honest. The main detachment rule doesn't affect him. But other strats are pretty good. I think one in there will be really good if you want to run multiple. I don't know. And we had a guy at our event who ran 3, which is pretty funny. And he did all right, to be fair. But yeah, now he can bust them through walls, which is going to be a lot. He struggled with a lot of the terrain. But now they can just burst through walls. But if you took 3, all of them can burst through walls, and 1 CP, one of them is definitely not battle shocked. So I think that's it. I think that's my tier list. I think am I happy with that? Yeah, I'm happy with that. And as you'll notice, there's a lot of... I mean, everyone's saying World Eaters are a shooting army, but I think there's some good shooting units. The Forge Fiend, obviously, probably the best unit in the book at that point, so 150 points. So they're probably going to get nerfed. But just because one shooting unit is good doesn't mean all the rest are. The problem is with the World Eaters book is that 8-bound are really poo. I think that's the main issue here, is that 8-bound are really bad. Because if 8-bound were good, and let's say this guy was like up here, that would be a good book. You know what I mean? But I think because we have one of the iconic units from the Codex, well, 2 of the iconic units, because Exalted are trash as well. I think because of that, it makes the army look like a shooting army, but I just don't think that's the case. I just think the Forge Fiend is so good. How do you buff 8-bound to make them usable? I think to buff 8-bound, you either give the Exalted ones 3 damage. You know, give the Exalted ones 3 damage. Maybe give them once per game advance and charge. Maybe you go 6 to wound is an additional damage and stuff like that. I think the lack of damage is a problem, and then there are 3 wounds with the 5+ invul that you can't really buff. And I think they're a little expensive. As I said, if they were 110 for 3, yeah, high decent. Yeah, losing the Feel Pain is a bit of a funny one. Yeah, if there was similar cost to Flawless Blades, I'd be a bit more interested, personally. But yeah, that's my tier list. So that's it. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think anything's crazy. To be honest though, the only thing I would change is putting this Predator into D, just so then we've got 5 rows of 5. So that's it. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you. And if you haven't already, consider becoming a member. Really appreciate you. Goodbye. Bye. That's it, chat. I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I'm going to change anything. Thanks again to Games Workshop for sending the codex too early. Let's have a look at these FAQs. Updates on errata. Oh, so they've updated Flyblown House, so Boxwalkers don't have Scout anymore. Cringe. The damage output buff or make them cheaper. Yeah, I think that's the way you fix them. In your stream phase, you can select one enemy unit with an 18 inches visible to the psycho, excluding all operative, which is understandable. And then change it to a spread structure to strength 9. What was it before? Strength 10. Ty, thanks for the 5 gifted, dude. Ty, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. It was strength 10. That's a bit cringe. That tier list was a long section. I appreciate that. Short tier lists don't give enough info on why that choice. Yeah, that's why I like to record the tier list live, because obviously we can have that discussion, and then I can go and make like a shorter version as a video and go, if you want a full breakdown, then the stream's here to watch. That's what I kind of like to do. But Ty, thank you very much for the 5 gifted, dude. I really appreciate it. You're a fucking legend. What else we've got? Rapid evisceration. One per shielding unit for your army, destroying enemy units. Phase 1 friendly transport. You can wholly within 6. Okay, wholly within 6 is the change, I think. Tormentor's strength 5! Oh, it's only the power sword. Never mind. I got so excited then. Infractor's power sword, not the dually blades. Okay, fine. They nerfed the Drake. Did they have a 2-up save? Why did they nerf the Hell Drake, bro? Is it going to go down to 1,000 points? You gain points. If you take a Hell Drake, you gain points. The ultimate pay to win. I think the 2+ must have been a typo. I think the 2+ must have been a typo. Definitely seen that one. Just making sure I've not missed anything, chat. Thanks, Bam. Thanks, Deck. Read that one. Any others? Ah! While using the character of conceding attachment, if my wall is not on the battlefield, can I use the Unbound Arrogance? Yes, your pledge will decrease from 0 to 1. Ooh, that's good. So now if you lose your wall, or if you take Fulgrim, for example, you can actually still play the game if you lose him. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And then can the same enemy be affected by Noiseberry's terrifying crescendo ability with more than once for multiple subtractions in the Battle Shock Leadership test? Yes. They are really good FAQs. That's a really good clarification. They're both really nice. These ones, fine. Great. Cool. This is understandable. This one, mean. Mean. 120 Poxwalkers infiltrated and then scouting 5 is funny. It's funny, chat. These are fun. It just means you can't shoot learn operatives, which is also understandable. Drake no longer S tier. Yeah, with that lack of save, no longer S tier. They didn't answer. Is Carnival of Excess gives Shalaxi crits on 5s because sustain 3 isn't sustain 1? What? Squeeze me. Do I have the book here? I do. Carnival of Excess gives Shalaxi crits on 5. Oh, she has crits on sustained 3, right? I get you. She has sustained 3 on Purveying of Slanesh. And then it'll gain sustained 1. If such a unit has that ability, each time an attack is made with that weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 5+ scores critical hit. I think it hits crits on 5 purely because, Bam, the rule is sustained hits X, right? Sustained hits 1 and sustained hits 2 are the same rule. But it's a different clarification number, right? Because sustained hits is the rule. So it has the same rule, it just gives a slightly different buff. So I'd say, yeah, you get crits on 5 with Shalaxi. That's what I thought, but they fight on the internet. Well, yeah, but that's just because people are wrong. Yeah, the rule is called sustained hits. You know? And then X is just the number that you gain the buff of. But yeah, you have to remember that most people on the internet are usually wrong. And you already have that ability. The ability is called sustained hits. As part of the abilities section of the rulebook. The ability isn't called sustained hits 1. It's sustained hits with the clarification 1. So I would say, yeah, you do. Just say they have that ability. Show me where it says sustained hits 3 is in the abilities part of the book. 1 is the default. Yeah, 1's the default. That's the problem. Just realised where he's Inky not had weekly catapherence today. No, he's not come up today. I'm not sure what he's doing. He was sleeping. He was trying to sleep on merch yesterday because it's in the other room because obviously I've been moving stuff. And I was going to bed, so I went to check on him to make sure he's alright. And he's just lying in the t-shirt box. Okay, major deja vu. I'm sure I've had this conversation before. I think so. I didn't know what the reference was. I've never had that. I don't think I've had that on stream before. Maybe someone else did, but not me. Anyway, chat. Thank you so much for everyone. Really appreciate you today. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships and the super chats as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. Just remember, I'm not telling anyone to boycott anyone. Just to clarify. But you know, a polite word with your friends and whatever, people you look up to, is never a problem if it's polite. If that's what you want to do. Similarly, it's just about getting more than one instance of sustained hits. Yeah, I think... Yeah, because obviously the sustained hits doesn't stack because it's the same rule, right? Boycott Hellstorm. Yeah, boycott me. I hate it when people gift memberships. Please don't. I want you to boycott not gifting memberships. So anyway, thanks so much for watching today. Really appreciate it. Apologies, the studio is a bit all over the place. I know a lot of people are being really kind, but it's not finished yet, and I can't wait for it to be done. Hopefully it'll be done by the weekend. That's what I'm hoping. But now I'm going to go and meet my friend, Dr. Donald, and we're going to play some Old World. So I'm going to go do that for the rest of the afternoon, and I'm going to come back and tidy up. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll catch you on Friday for Death Guard versus Orks. I think Orks, probably, maybe Chaos, but Death Guard, especially. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Bye. Bye-bye now. Appreciate you. Bye. Thanks for watching the tier list. Bye.